hopefully we'll see. Okay, so let's see. No Limits took first pick. Greg Boyce took Dyer. Dyer has a very heavy advantage, so I'm a little bit surprised No Limits took first pick over it, but
yeah, it is. I'm always interested in seeing how teams choose what they want. I'm still figuring out what my team wants, and sometimes it varies based on matchups. Some teams have really powerful, like, first or second pick or last pick threats. Some teams, you just want the stronger side of the map. And so, yeah, I would imagine who had... They swapped first pick both times last game. And actually, the team with first pick won in both of their group stage games. So that could be part of it.
Yeah, honestly, everything about drafting is interesting to me in a league like this. Not enough that I would actually, like, pay enough attention to it to learn, but, like, there's so many... For players like us, who likely this will be the only time that we play in captain's mode in a serious manner, there's so much of what you think you know that can come from, like, years old information, right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh yeah, well, in 2016 it was correct to always take second pick.
Yep.
So that's what I do now, right? But, you know, it doesn't actually correlate to the cutting edge of the meta, you know?
Yeah, like, I felt like by the end of, like, last WLDL, I had an okay understanding of the current draft meta, and this year it's completely different. Of, like, I still draft a little old-fashioned for sure, but, like, now you see pro teams are, like, pretty reliably picking a, like, 1 or 2 position in the first phase, and that used to be, like, game losing. It was the theory before. It's wild.
I must choose.
Alright, so we got
BM first pick.
Yeah. That is a
Definitely
hero.
They played a lot.
Yeah, Greg Boys have played it 4 times. The Shadow Demon is their most played hero, so that's why that ate a ban. And No Limits to Love their AA. And they're Undying. They've won 4 out of their 5 Undying games, and that's just like a really good
strong hero.
Position 5. I think especially with Terrain Protector eating some nerfs, and now Undying is like the maybe best 5. I think it's a lot more open than it was.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. Axe pick is very interesting because I feel like he got some really nice buffs, but I still have not seen really any of him. And then Witch Doctor is just the most classic we like go to league pick.
Yeah, still not breaking through all of the Lina meta from the group stage for pick and ban, but I think has climbed up to be tied with Jakiro for the most picked hero.
Yes. So if they don't pick Jakiro on No Limits, then okay. This is a hero I've seen picked a lot by, I believe it's Kid Magic.
Yes.
Plays
so we see a lot of teams in WLDL that have their highest MMR player in the mid lane, and it varies how much they play around that. No Limits plays pretty strictly carry in the mid lane, supporting side lanes for the most part. Kid Magic has played a ton of Juggernaut too, so it's not always that strategy, but they really like this Kid Magic Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And it works really well for them.
And so that's a hero that does really great against Witch Doctor.
10 seconds.
So many cancels, he can really just eat him for breakfast. And it's actually pretty good against Axe as well. You know, like, it's not so much a mechanical counter as, like, having Flying Vision makes it so much harder for Axe to get the jumps that he wants in fights. And, you know, you can get to a point where you don't really care about the Night Stalker's damage, but more likely, you're just going to be sort of invalidated in these team fights.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Axe is all about how your vision game is, and Night Stalker just makes that so much harder.
5 seconds remain.
Yeah, so I think with this set of 5 on Greg Boys, I think usually they have Popo and Greg play the support.
Mm-hmm.
And so I assume it's going to be Jim Liberace on the Axe, but actually, I would not be surprised if Praetor took this mid, if it ends up looking good for him.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
I think Greg Boys have also played the offlane Witch Doctor. I guess that's a lot less likely when we already see the Axe. But I like the idea that that's possible.
I think this is one of the strengths of Greg Boys, is like, you know, especially in the lower ranks, people have very small hero pools, right? We can be honest about it. In terms of what you're willing to pick in a competitive game, likely most players are going to be within like 5 heroes max.
Yeah.
But they're able to get around this by having so many different places they can put each player that, like, even though each individual's hero pool is very small, it feels like the hero pool they can get as a team is large.
Yeah. Yeah, because most people will have, like, if they're a support main, they'll have their, like, 3 to 5 really, really good supports, but then at least one core hero that they're very good at. And so that just opens up your draft so much more. When you start tapping into those.
5 seconds remain.
See, Ursa, Death Prophet Band for Greg Boys. Those are both good heroes. They're annoying heroes to play against. And then Anti-Mage Luna Medusa. So No Limit's really targeting out the carry pool.
Yeah. It's always interesting when we see things like AM and Medusa banned out at the same time.
Yes, that's true. Although, big part of that is because Praetor plays a nasty anti-mage mid.
Right.
And AM seems a lot stronger after the buffs he got. So, and then OD ban. That's just very annoying here. And I know No Limits played a fair amount.
Yeah. It's a specialty, I think. Or maybe not a specialty, but a hero you don't want to play against being played by the highest MMR player in the game.
I've definitely seen Shadowmerc play it a lot.
5 seconds.
But I can't remember if that was in the offlane or if maybe Bea had swapped to the carry position. It's weird. Warlock, okay. I've seen Greg play that a lot, so it's a little bit suspicious in my mind of Warlock and Witch Doctor both really get abused by a Night Stalker running around them.
10 seconds
but
remain. 5 seconds.
Yeah, actually that's kind of just it. I think that they're going to have a really hard time with Night Stalker in the game.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're planning to pair this with. Hey, there's the Jakiro. Alright, we've got
so Witch Doctor will not be
the quintessential WLDL support matchup. Yeah, and that does help you a lot with the Witch Doctor to stop the ultimate. Again, you already have Night Stalker, which I feel like is going to be a problem for Witch Doctor. But yeah, it's more reach into the backline from your own backline with that Ice Path.
Yeah. It is rough, and it's a really good way to cancel Witch Doctor, what's the word? Death Ward, right? Night Stalker and Jakiro both do a great job of it. So, it's going to be tough for him to get big ulti off, and that can definitely lead Greg Boys to having damage issues, you know? Axe is not necessarily a high damage hero, and neither is Warlock.
Yeah, I guess on the flip side, No Limits. I mean, Jakiro's not super squishy the way that a lot of int supports are, but Crystal Maiden certainly is. And so you've got this Axe so that you have, their own jump into the No Limits backline for the side of Greg Boys. So it's going to be, I feel like these fights are going to be pretty dynamic and a lot about, like, protecting your backline versus getting onto the enemy backline.
Mm-hmm.
At least with the heroes that we see so far.
You must choose.
Ooh.
Speaking of getting on the backline, it's Spectre.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling really worried about Greg Boys this game. It's hard to say without seeing their primary cores, but these are a lot of heroes. These are two big heroes that are going to make it impossible to live as a Warlock or a Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what they can bring in to kind of stop this. I guess you just need a lot of AoE control.
Alchemist.
They'll go for the Alchemist.
That is one thing. You
Yeah.
bet on not caring about your supports dying and just 1v5ing, but I don't know. So
10 seconds remain.
probably the most consistent thing about Greg Boys is that
5
Uranium Heart has been playing carry,
remain.
and
Mhm.
he plays carry in the
Dire's back.
absolutely most greedy way possible in every situation.
Okay.
Like Midas Naga. And so he's gonna run wild on this Alchemist. My only fear is that Night Stalker is the kind of offlaner that can really abuse you for doing stuff like that. So
10 seconds.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for this Alchemist to find
5
safe
seconds.
places to farm.
mm-hmm. I will say though, No Limits don't really have a good stack taker. So if Red Boy set up those big stacks, that's going to be pretty safe for him, right? Like always in danger of Night Stalker coming and killing you while you're stacking, or while you're taking the stack, but they can't really steal it from you outside of maybe like a Macropyre sort of thing,
But what if Spectre builds Meteor Hammer?
10 seconds.
That is a good point. This is the Meteor Hammer meta,
Yeah.
and so far I'm not really seeing any heroes that do it well. I think Axe, it's a meme, but his call does set up into it, so
Yeah, you can definitely make that work.
they're crazier things.
Interesting. So Dawnbreaker Legion banned out, which to me tell me No Limits is worried about an offlaner, but I would expect a mid, and I mean you can definitely play both of those heroes
5
mid.
seconds.
Yeah.
So maybe protecting their own mid pick from something like
Weird
a
and
durable
niche.
melee hero, but I don't know what mids hate playing into that.
Yeah, the Dawnbreaker is definitely a weird ban because I know that Popo plays it a lot on support, and so I think if they were going to pick it, they would have picked it
10
early
seconds remain.
for the flexibility. But
5
outside of that, I
seconds
really
remain.
don't see it. I mean, it seems to me like they're worried that Axe is going to be the mid.
Yeah.
But
I think Greg Boys, I mean, it's tough because you already have a couple squishy backline supports. But I feel like with Axe Alchemist, you want a core that sits behind those two heroes.
yeah,
To some degree.
I think I'd expect something like a Zeus likely here.
Yeah.
I know Predator plays it a fair bit. Could be a sniper, but I think that feels a lot worse. The issue with picking a backline core is Spectre, right?
Yeah, I don't think they can pick a backline core. Like, Zeus or Sniper are just going to get absolutely eaten by a Night Stalker and Spectre. I think it has to be something mobile. Like, they could go for, like, a Quap if Raider plays it. The
That's
Magus comes out as the last pick for No Limits.
And that's a really good block pick because I was thinking, like, it feels like Greg Boys have to be sort of all in forward with their heroes because they have such good backline pickoff. And if
10
you are,
seconds.
if you pick some like melee mid, like Urshaker or something, and you are
5
grouped up on one person,
seconds
Magnus gets an easy 3-man RP.
Yeah. Are we going to get 6 melee cores in this game?
I think it's possible. You could always just see Praetor pick Zeus and say, I'm going to outplay you well enough that it doesn't matter that there's a Spectre. Right, but
Yeah.
it's danger.
It's very dangerous. I if it was just a Spectre or just a Night Stalker, I'd be saying it's dangerous. With both, I'm having a hard time seeing how it's possible to exist in that game as it is.
You're saying it's madness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it is 6 melee cores. Is this a mid? This is a
mid PA.
Assassin.
This is a mid PA, and Jim is playing the axe. That is a cool axe set.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
Claw.
Yeah, that goes very nicely with the not Arcana, the axeless axe.
That's not an Arcana? I guess what even is that actually? Yeah.
It's I think it's just like a mythical item, but it does everything that an Arcana does.
It's a Persona before Personas.
Yeah, basically. It was them testing the waters of Persona. Anyway, these are 5 pretty nicely kitted out, or 10 pretty nicely kitted out heroes here.
It's very true. Jakiro always looks underwhelming to me, but
yeah, there's still
I don't think you can do much
for
better.
Cosmetics for Jakiro. The best you can get is like Shadowmark's almost there. It's just missing the like Ice Head Immortal. If you have the 3 Immortals, it looks real nice. It's kind of like it's still Jakiro. Like it's kind of still his base model, just much nicer and more particly.
And similarly, I do think Alec is a little bit on the low end in terms of quality, in terms of like appearance, but I think I'd probably give it to Greg Boys.
Yeah. Who do we get?
He gets the pause as a chance to do his introductions.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at the chat in draft. They were very excited about the hats. Yeah, I think I will go with Greg Boys as well.
This is Mo Greg Khan, really great. Mort Greg, which is PA. She looks great. PA looks great. People's greed. Let's see. Yeah, the Alk is a little bit. Okay. Apparently when you're in showcase mode, you can still select things. So, like, I can't click and drag to look around because I'm just clicking on other people. Yeah, I got the monkey there on Popo. Love to see it.
Yep.
And then Greg. So imposing. This is a cash set, isn't it? Yes. Cash set with the Immortal Lantern on Warlock. I'm Nick. Okay. So Bea is playing the Spectre. That is interesting.
That is interesting.
It makes some sense, right? Because it is a very high skill cap and impact hero from the safe lane. Once you have that Ags, you can do a lot of really crazy stuff. And with a hero like Magnus in the mid lane, it's kind of hard to mess that up, right? Yeah. Or you don't need as much performance, I should say. Of course, that could be different when you're playing against a PA, but
yeah,
this is going to be interesting because PA is nice against Spectre because she has the break, but I'm not sure how she'll do in lane. Let's see. So Greg was going with their patented 5-person smoke. Level 1. They will not be seen into this. Ooh. Just a bunch of slows. I think they should be able to get this with right clicks, but Greeny Mart has taken Greevil's Greed.
Hello, I'm Gabe Moore.
And the last hit goes
just
to Jim there.
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
And they should be able to still secure 2 runes. If Branchmaker's not careful, he could actually fall as well. Jim uses the Battle Hunger. Oh, he's trying to skewer him back, so.
Oh, gets it.
Doesn't make it all the way up the hill, though, and that's still a lot of damage, actually.
Yeah.
He has the 3-charge stick, so he should not fall here. But starting the lane out on 40 HP is not the way you want to play mid.
No. Greg, gonna stick around
mid and hold hands with me?
Someone called that doctor? But yeah, this is I think
Oh
at
my
this
God.
point, Branch Manager would have rather died there. Like, First Blood had already been given up. But
Sorry,
Berkut's gonna stay.
whatever you do, don't click on Alchemist. Do not click on.
Oh no.
This is disgusting, dude. Level 1 Greevil's Glove of Haste. I mean, he's got a Warlock, right, to heal him, so...
Yeah, it was actually pretty similar start down bot for the Spectre, just Quelling Blade Tango. And sent the Courier to Secret Shop to start out, so maybe he's gonna...
I think he's going Meteor Hammer.
Yeah? Yeah, gonna grab the...
Ring of Health, right?
Yeah.
I can't see why else you'd need to go to the... I mean, it's possible he just gets a Vanguard, right?
Yeah.
That is the boring version, but... Oh, Branch Manager's already looking for these skewer backs, but... Praetor's too good.
I think not.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard... Like, with Phantom Strike, always gonna have that option to get out from under tower, as you see there. Still does get quite a few, like 2 or 3 tower hits in, so
Yeah.
seems worth.
And if not careful about when it happens, then, you know, might not have the creep wave to jump to.
Yeah.
But a point and blur will help a lot with that, I think. And, okay, Praetor is also going Vanguard. So we confirmed have Vanguards coming out on Axe and PA. Possibly a Vanguard on Baelect as well.
Yep. I mean, it's a 6 melee core game. It seems like a pretty good idea.
That is true. And they're going on Popo a bit down here, but I don't think they have the damage.
Yeah, early level in the Ice Path for Shadow Merc sets that up, but not going to quite be enough.
And it's going to be hard to sustain the mana to actually use that spell. You know, that's why it's skipped so often. It's not because it's bad, but just because you can't do it.
It's literally free.
Oh, and we're seeing the move speed and the counter healing range coming into handy here. Still level 1 spin, so Bea's not too threatened, but decidedly in their favor for Greg.
Yep. Liberace and Bea both getting their Ring of Healths. So, probably not going to be as action-packed of a lane down here. Mid-Branch Manager getting pretty low, but we'll be able to get up to the high ground to get away from Praetor.
I do think once this Vanguard's finished, it's going to be really bad for Branch Manager. Because his biggest tool of skewering under power will not really matter.
Yeah.
And already convincingly ahead on CS. Speaking of, Uranium Heart having a rough time up here. 8-2 compared to the 19-1 of Kid Magic.
Yeah, Kid Magic popping off up here with this Night Stalker. So yeah, we talked about it being a Kid Magic hero. Expected to see it in the safe lane when the draft started. Ends up being an off-lane Night Stalker.
Yeah. Oh, and surprise, surprise, second point in Greevil's greed. You have to be getting the last hits for it to give you the value, though. He's almost got the Midas, so.
Yep.
Ooh, CS lol. Those.
Who do you think has the late game in this game? I mean, Alchemist, I always think of as a late game hero, but he just kind of hits the late game in the mid game. Like he's not actually a late game hero, because then he falls off.
I think that is Shadowmark gonna die down here? Maledict is ready. I think he's suiciding. Oh, Maledict does not come out. Got a little bit out of the range. Nice timing for
more packs of tangos coming out.
Yeah,
so just
very regenerative.
launching on the trees to survive the Switch Doctor.
How do I find?
Ooh, Bobo gets a ward down just in time to spot Baelup's Courier. That had something on it. I didn't catch what.
No. I think it got delivered right before. I think it was this Clarity and Tango here.
Okay.
It was very close, but he's still not shift queuing, so we have no clue whether he's going for the Vanguard or the Meteor Hammer, but...
Maybe he's still deciding.
Oh, and Nighttime does mean Kid Magic is going for a kill on Greg here. He's got a big wand.
Backed away from lane a little bit.
Uranium Heart doesn't have point and stun.
Yeah, it's
Very close.
The TP up here for Popo, but not before Kid Magic is already out of the tower.
Ooh, and you gotta be careful there, Popo.
Yeah.
The Dark is scary. Oh, he did Maledict before the cast, so missing out on a bit of the damage. And I think Mango by accident, so Kid Magic does secure that kill. And that's really nice, you know, getting these kills on the Night Stalker, but the upside for Greg Boys is he's low enough that he cannot threaten Uranium Heart in the lane. And he's got the Midas, he's going to be accruing gold.
Yeah. But Uranium Heart's sitting there like, well, each of my supports just died to the Night Stalker, but my lane's still going fine. Actually, up above the Night Stalker now that he's gotten over into the jungle a little bit.
Yeah, I have it on good information that Greg Boys are fine with literally anything as long as Uranium Heart is farming. You know, they will sacrifice life and limb just to get him a bit more gold, so. Branch Manager, pressing the power with the PD. Predator's low on mana, so can't really push back, but. This is the downside of the PA mid, is you don't have the wave clear. It happened again.
Clicked over just in time, but
I sure did not.
It's nothing we haven't seen before.
Okay. Now is the time where Bayo would buy the Vanguard. If it were happening.
Yep. Blade Mail queued up now.
Okay, instead he just gets treads. So it's just a casual Ring of Health.
Yep.
That's annoying.
Which could still be either.
Eventually, yeah.
Vanguard or a Meteor Hammer.
Yeah. Let's see, Uranium Heart's got to be careful how far in he's walking. His Chemical Rage is on cooldown, but still in the level 6 on Night Stalker means you're not too threatened. And yeah, looks like most of these lanes are kind of just farm wars outside of. Oh, he's blinking. No, he gets blocked. Close. But yeah, looks like
This'll come in handy.
a lot of farm trading, aside from Kid Magic killing supports.
It's super even other than the Phantoms as far as farms. Bot lane, Shadowwork.
Nice path.
Yeah, very nice path to stun up both.
Level 2 Maledict, I do not think this will finish it off, but...
Yeah, should be fine. Has plenty of tangos.
I think you're fine even with that kill not happening, just because... Oh, that is unfortunate. Places the Obs instead of the Sentry.
Yeah. And
within
under an existing Sentry.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
A lot of people coming bottom, though.
Yeah, they want to make something happen, relieve some pressure.
Oh, Jim doesn't hit the call! Oh, that is very unlucky. He didn't hit the call immediately, so doesn't get any spins onto Shadowmurk, or maybe would have been able to dunk. And I think with the dunk move speed, he just walks away here. But
yeah,
he did snag the bounty rune. So even if he dies, they've got that going for them.
Yeah,
and they got the damage to kill him.
That's a bounty rune with 3 levels in Greeble Screen. So that is a bounty rune well worth your death.
Yeah, let's see how much did he get from that? So it's 45 gold times 2.6. That's 117 gold that he got right there.
And this kill is at worst going on the Magnus, if this even is a dead axe. This very well may not be a dead axe, despite there being 3 heroes.
I'm not sure they have the damage for it, right? Like, they don't have the CM ulti. They don't have Macropyre.
They've already used the root. I guess it still has... Frostbite has a while left on it, so that's going to do a decent amount of damage.
Yeah.
It's going to get hit by a level 4 shockwave as soon as the taunt ends.
At the very least, he'll live for another, like, 15 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to waste a lot of time from these three heroes.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you have an Alchemist, at this stage of the game, you're completely okay with that. You're okay with just killing time.
Yeah, this is big-time space created.
Unfortunately, it does not look like there's really any stacks in the Dire Jungle for Alchemist to fall back on. I see the triangle is double stacked. Our guys is going to also be our... Ken? Yeah, you should be able to reconnect.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as there's not a patch.
Yeah. Did you see the pro game recently where players DC'd and there was a patch, and then to get them back into the game, they had to like remake the lobby, and there is a way to do that where they can like the game gets cached somewhere and they can bring it back in. But
Valve has it, yeah.
It messed with the Aegis timer. And so I think it was Arteezy got like almost a full reset of the Aegis timer that when it should have expired. And so they like talked about it in all chat, and Arteezy went mid, let them kill him once, and then they've left. Just to like make it fair that he didn't have an Aegis when he wasn't supposed to.
So honorable. Incredible. I love that. Yeah, and it happened to us too. It happened in the We Like Dota League, not to my team, but there was a team. There was a match where a player disconnected and restarted, and then there was a patch, and so they ended with a forfeit for that game. But I think they might be remaking it. They might be going back and replaying it anyways.
Okay.
Or no, I don't think it was a forfeit. I think it was a forfeit. I can't remember, but regardless, looks like we are completed. We are through this pause. To be able to go. They are going for the blade mail now. Got to get used to talking about Dota again.
Yep.
Okay, everyone has said that they're ready. Will Axe die? These pins are actually doing quite a bit with the illusion room there.
Dodges the ice bath. It's gonna
Right
get slowed and screwed back. Here comes Crater though. They commit the RP.
Oh,
They're so old, they get the C4 on both. Now Popo's coming over.
Not in. Okay, at the very least, here goes down.
Yeah, this should be on the ocean as well.
Nothing left to save him, so that is a double kill for your Witch Doctor, so.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that the PA was coming over.
I think Freighter probably decided that during the pods, because I think they were all the way like up on their high ground, just hitting creeps mid.
Yeah, strategic pause for both sides there.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower
And
is under attack.
you are very fine getting kills on your mid PA.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Uranium Heart farming this jungle. Making a nice cycle through.
Ooh, the
Midas.
shovel for the Alk. More bounty runes, maybe.
That is true. I would like to see him get rid of it, though. Okay, good. So that's massive. Which is great for him. Oh, Crater is actually pretty low. Has the blink away, so...
There is little hope for Dire's
But that was not Haunt used. That was just Spectre walking up raw. Oh, and Crater is in! He's insane!
Comes the CM ult, though.
Nice
CM
kill.
ult, too.
And Shockwave actually pulls into the CM ult, so...
That's a nice ult.
And Branch Manager lives with 75 HP.
Just survives the last Maledict's tick.
It's very interesting. You don't usually see a Spectre just walk up to a gank like this. Normally it's Haunt, but
Yeah,
I suppose Axe is fully taken over bottom.
Yeah, I missed where Bale was right before that broke out. I'm guessing he was like already hitting a camp nearby or something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not spending much time farming, so
yeah,
he's 5th highest on net worth. Obviously, it's pretty small margins right now, but oh, Uranium Heart. He has the chemical rate too. He does use it before the dual breath though, so in this game, that Dispel is actually going to be a pretty big factor, but... Oh, and he's going Ags. Probably...
Oh, wow.
Is he
I
gonna
guess
give
when you
that
have a
to Ags?
PA, like, I talked about No Limits doing the carry mid thing. This is a PA mid on Praetor, so... Not that I think the Ags is for the PA, but your ult doesn't have to be your carry.
I don't think you can give Ags to PA, like, just like this. I think it doesn't do enough unless you're already really ahead.
Yeah.
But on Axe, it could be kind of nasty. I have no clue who this is going. And I definitely, if I were him, would not be rushing it like this. At the very least,
Oh, is it?
would grab a Radiance first.
There's no way it's for Warlock.
Bounty!
Shit, like, because you
Imagine it.
do like a double, or a very quick Ags on a Warlock. But
And they don't have good ways to clear the golems.
Yeah.
It's true. But it feels bad. And if they give it to Witch Doctor, like, there's too many things that are going to cancel it, so... I don't know. I think it's really weird that he's doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think if he got a Radiance, he'd have a good timing on it. He'd be able to farm the Ags a lot faster, and he'd have impact in fights, you know?
Yeah, his farm's been good the whole game. Hasn't died yet. So, it doesn't feel like you're in the mode where you have to kind of go to spare and let PA carry.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of PA, we're gonna get a nice steer back. The Blink Dagger is up. Magnus Liberace comes in on the back with a nice blink call onto 2. Now Praetor's gonna jump back in on the Ocean Turns to ults.
What a nice RP.
This is Gabe Newell.
Oh, and he was in
Thanks for
cast
playing Dota
animation
2.
to dunk
Double
the CM,
kill.
but...
Brutal. Yeah, they have actually just an absurd amount of setup for 2 super high damage AoE support ults.
Mm-hmm. And PA cannot really do anything to a CM when she has plus 20 armor from Freezing Field. A smoke will come out now to go top. They pop a bit on Uranium Heart.
On the hunt for radiant
Yeah.
forces.
I
Shadowmurk
think he
knows
saw
what's
that.
up. Now they
Okay,
drop the
can
rock.
Magic Maledicted, so forced to walk away. Oh, but PA just feels so tighted.
Punket's not jumping in yet.
Jim is here with
Oh, that's the
the
right call!
Oh, he's not
Oh, this is
even
gonna be
the dunk.
disastrous.
Double kill.
Okay, he gets that dunk in. This is
Magic,
not
get
no
out.
danger.
The
3
Rocket's
seconds
not
on the
loose,
blink
they
call.
didn't blink.
Gets the slow off. This should be an easy kill.
Killing spree.
Ooh, another
Very
good call
nice.
for Raji.
And a 2 for 0 earlier, but now a 4 for 0 for Greg Boys.
Top
Yeah,
tower is under attack.
it's a really nice fight for them.
Structures are fortified.
And through it all, Uranium Heart is just farming. He's about to finish his first Ags. So looks like the plan is Ags, Radiance, Ags.
Danger.
This is...
I still don't see it. I don't feel like there's a really convincing Ags target.
No, if you had like a disruptor on this team, I'd be like, okay, like getting a disruptor Ags before anybody has a BKB is almost too early at that point. Like,
Yeah.
still
Oh,
really
looks like Greg's taking damage, but I don't think...
Right.
Oh, a nice cast. And the ulti, this will be a kill on Jakiro, but they might have to trade Popo for it.
Yeah, just switched into nighttime, so Kid Magic is feeling strong.
Yeah, even without the ulti.
Doctor. Greg gonna be in a bit of trouble too.
Unable to slowly walk away, Uranium Heart has given the Ags to Jim. So there is that upgraded call coming in, and we see it, but he's skewered away and he's RP. It is a escape RP.
Yeah, we don't have this tower anymore, so it's a little scary for
They're
It's gonna
unstoppable.
get
Double
doubled down.
kill.
And he's got another call with that reduced cooldown. He hits it. Applies the Battle Hunger. It's only level 2 Battle Hunger still, but if he gets some spins, this should be enough. Oh, and he uses the ulti!
Two. Oh no.
That's really bad. That's down for 140.
Its top tower is in danger.
Okay. I was a little bit of a doubter since Battle Hunger's still not maxed,
Is under
but
attack.
the Ags certainly worked there.
Yep.
Oh. I just realized it gives -7 armor. Sorry to cut you off, but it gives -7 armor. Alp gives 8 armor, and then they have PA who almost has a Deso.
Okay, maybe this is actually an incredibly smart
Look to their middle
play
tower.
by Greg Lewis. I was gonna say
There were
something
so
much
many
less
steps
interesting.
ahead.
I was just gonna remind everybody that Alchemist does get the passive bonus from gifted items
Middle
now.
tower has fallen.
Yes. 25 damage and 5% spell amp.
Yeah, huge.
Congrats. Woo.
So now the 4 Gregs not named. Oh god, I forgot what they called the Alchemist
Cannon
Greg.
for enemies.
But the 4 Gregs that aren't
Greg
Alchemist.
Bull's Greed.
There it is, Greg Bull's Greed.
I think it should have probably been Greevil's Greg, but
Yeah,
okay,
they
let's
both
see.
work pretty well.
Spectre got a Midas instead of a Blade Mount.
Ah, okay.
So,
So,
looks like they are betting on this game going long, I think,
yeah.
which might be a little bit hairy
Dire's top
with the
tower
tempo
is in
that Greg
danger.
Boys have picked up.
Yeah,
that Ags.
I just looked at the net worth chart, and Axe is now
Yeah.
double the net worth of anybody else in the game. Because I think that counts as a full synth, which means it's
It
just...
does.
Yeah, it's...
I think it only gives you 4,200. I don't think it gives you the 6,000. It might. That'd be crazy, but I should have paid attention. But actually, it would make sense if it was 6,000 here, because
that would put him right on par with everybody else. With that.
so actually, if he dies, he's going to be giving away a lot to the assist.
That's true.
It doesn't matter for the kills. The kills is just levels and kill streak, but assists you can give away quite a bit. So we might be seeing, if he dies, I want to look out. We might be seeing some very funny looking bounty numbers.
Where you get
like
more money for assisting than you
It's like
do for
300 plus 1,200. See, but for now, the only thing he will be killing is these creeps. As the game has slowed down a fair bit.
Yeah, bot lane. We're squaring off, and Maya is getting brought down low very quickly by Praetor.
Oh,
Oh,
what a
he
crit.
gets the crit. This isn't
Your
even
Midas does
a
not help you
Desolator.
against that. Yeah,
That's an absurd amount. Oh, it's the Brigand's Blade.
Dire should look
Mm-hmm.
to their
It's the
top
broken
tower.
she got quite a bit of damage though. You know, so...
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't even have the shard yet. So,
Yeah,
so that was with the full dispersion.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, mid PA. It's actually good.
Yeah.
But I think unquestionably, No Limits have the better wombo combo for team fights. So if we see some nice stuff coming out with our P here,
Ooh, they get the horn toss. It's up.
does he get the cast? He doesn't cast it. They just let it go.
Yeah.
You have to, you got no one to hold them, no one to fold them, no one to walk away, and no one to run. And it looks like Jim will be doing the running.
Yeah.
Okay, Praetor finished the Deso. If Bea dies again down here, that is
It's
very
gonna
concerning.
Be, yeah, spooky in this game going forward.
He shouldn't, because Praetor's currently under vision.
The other 4 of No Limits still chilling top.
Oh, he
Gonna make
did
some
actually.
happen.
He stepped out and then blurred and went
no.
back in.
Oh, gets
They
the
had
haunt
forced to
away.
use Haunt, but he dies! He dies after Haunt again. It goes to Reinhardt even. RP's going to pull 2 together, but it casts so much damage. And Reinhardt's actually healing through all of it.
Oh. Now Praetor's here top. Beautiful
Yes,
ice
guys,
path.
Blink Call is ready. They use it just to kill Digit Hero.
That was unreal.
But with that move speed, can they catch Kid Magic? No, he's still got plenty of time on Ascension.
Yeah. Well, the Force Staff, Pope was looking
Oh, you
for
are
it.
alone. You are
Yeah.
completely alone.
Praetor's catching up. Okay.
Yeah, completely alone, but he has 2 salves, so I think he feels safe. And that is
Magic has
rough.
the shard, so he does get to eat a dinosaur.
Oh, Bea's going Radiance. He's got 3k gold stored up, but you're paying a hefty price for it with these 2 deaths, because I think if he
Yeah.
had items, he might not have died either time. He is cutting trees to try and hide from Praetor here, but
We'll take that.
Praetor just takes his creep and leaves. Okay, Popo needs to walk to the left to give Predator something to blink to. Or this could be Harry.
Ooh, nice setup.
Oh no, he's walking in way too far to the left. And Predator will fall.
Looks like they're gonna move on to Popo next.
A little bit of miscoordination, but they do have Jim coming in here. Actually, no, he's just farming the creep wave nearby.
Devastating paralyzing cast.
The blink away. Popo very slowly walking.
Bottom tower is
Branch
under
Manager blinks on cooldown, so that'll be all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Obviously,
That's what
still
no
great
limits needed
for.
here.
Yeah. It's not the 15k net worth axe, but.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I just realized. Did Uranium Heart he gifted another axe.
Yep.
To-
Oh, it's Warlock. Look at where Warlock is in the net worth now.
Yes. And as a result, Uranium Heart is 5.5k net worth.
But also
Almost
as a
as
result, the position 5 of Greg Boys is ahead of the position 1 of No Limits in net worth by like
true.
30 gold.
Means it's going to be impossible for them to buy back.
Yeah,
Warlock's buyback cost is 861, which like is 571. But okay, I'm interested, you know? This will... The second golem will certainly give them a lot of tower damage.
Yeah.
I don't
their
think-
team fight a decent amount, which they do need into the strong team fight of the No Limits draft.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot that it does increase the, It does increase the stun on... Actually, that was buffed. The Ags was buffed in the most recent patch, so maybe they're just trying to showcase all of the buffs from the new patch.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like accidentally hit the pause button.
Resumes. But will it
Nope,
follow
never mind.
the same threat?
Accidentally hit the unpause button. I guess.
Accidentally hit the unpause button.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
Predator was lagging, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No Limits looking towards this top tower.
Bit of an unstable network night so far, as we've had 2 pauses for lag.
Yeah.
Hopefully this doesn't go the distance.
Yeah.
Let's...
See, I'm working on a Glimmer Cape. Shadowmark has the Ghost Scepter is already sick of being in a game against a PA.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
And it's nice, because they don't really have the finisher through a Ghost Scepter. You know, like, it's called. It's done, right?
Yeah.
But,
BKB on Axe.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice, especially given how much stuff there is that can just, like, sit on the ground
Yeah.
and stop a blink call.
Yeah, this Drakira's sitting here like, where's my free eggs?
If only. Maybe we could see the Magnus Ags in that case.
All
Yeah.
according to plan.
I think I'm gonna go use the bathroom as well, as long as we're paused.
That was
I'm gonna run and do it as well.
Cool.
Hopefully,
absolutely
sit on unpause.
not what I expected.
啥情况？啥情况？
Okay.
Hard to mute on stream. Apologize if you heard bathroom sound. I'm not worried about it normally because Discord doesn't pick it up because I have a good Discord filter on it. But I think on Twitch it might pick up most.
Yeah, Twitch is a lot more sensitive. I don't think it really has a bottom filter. So yeah, hopefully Greg Boys can keep up the momentum that they had through this pause.
Let's see, do they...
Okay. We're ready to go. Going. Woo!
The true
I forget. Can Alex gift shards?
I don't
think so. Right?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Because it'd be nice to give Tia the shard. Whoa, okay, Popo is dead.
Oh, here's
Prayer.
Oh, the RP to save the freezing field. Really nice fight for no limits.
Definitely would have destroyed the CM if not for that extra armor.
Yeah, that bonus armor is very, very nice.
Hit the crit and everything, but seems like maybe a little unsteady after that pause and going in on a very risky move.
Yeah.
It's rough because this is delaying the BKB, you know, like you might have an Ags coming out for you from Uranium Heart, but it's not going to be so useful if you don't have the BKB.
Yeah. BKB is huge against these ultimates.
Which, okay, he does have another Ags lined up on Uranium Heart. Oh, Jim is here, but cancelled by the Haunt.
Haunt's in on 2, sets up the call.
Oh my gosh, Magnus is taking a lot of damage. Okay, those golems are kind of sick. Uranium Heart falls. They have the call for Kid Magic. That goes through the BKB. Does he know that it goes through the BKB? He does. Oh my god, the golems are just smacking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so sick. That's actually so funny.
Oh, they're forced to have the golem for it.
And he's got that Jones.
This is position 1 golem.
Oh.
They just needed they should have gone with like an ogre so they could buff the attack speed of the golems.
Yeah, and like it does a bunch of pure damage with Flaming Fist.
Yeah.
It mixes. It literally does. The golem does all 3 damage type at once. And so like, since they don't have these kiting tools like Force Staffs ready on the side of the Radiant, they do just get beat to shit by the golem. Oh man. Kind of crazy.
Set up Raider to jump into their ocean.
Yeah, so he does a good job soloing it. So Popo can do silly stuff like this. I think he actually would have killed CM if he had just casted the ulti there. She cannot cancel, but Uranium Heart walked up but didn't give the acid spray. I think that's actually the right call because acid spray is bugged where it shows even in fog the particles. So as is, they might not know, and even if they do, branch manager's all the way on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So this will be a free road for the Greg Boys.
We'll put it on Raider.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Since Alchemist has...
And the Ags has been gifted. Praetor now has an Ags from Alchemist here.
Oh wow. Yep, almost caught up with Axe now. Net worth.
So you're currently a 10k net worth lead on the side of the Dire. But...
Which is...
all 12 of that is in the Ags.
Yeah.
So... thankfully they're getting some good use out of it.
Yeah, Uranium Heart hasn't gone for a Radiance yet still. It's just queuing up more Ags and another Blade of Alacrity's on the way out. So this is going to be a full 4 Ags gifted.
This one I think is bad. Because we've been seeing Witch Doctor has not really gotten out super long ults this game. And he's going through a Wraith pack, so it's not even like he's getting a BKB or something.
Yeah,
but
I feel like that would be the play. What does this Wraith pack do in this game? Like, there's not a ton of physical damage.
The Night Stalker does a fair bit of it, and
true.
especially because they have Magnus and Power. Okay, it looks like Uranium Heart might be getting... Nope, never mind. Yeah. Spectre has some, but with Radiance, he's mostly focused around Desolate, so...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. I would definitely be buying a BKB here. And just trying to, like, tank up all the way, but... Oh yeah, Uranium Heart very dead. But he's not gonna give away any gold. Yeah, he is the support. He is the 5 position. He's below Popo now.
That's incredible.
Yes.
That is...
I still maintain that I would have preferred him to get the Radiance before all of this, but...
Yeah, like, it only would have accelerated everything. But I mean, it's gonna be, like, only a little after 30 minutes that all 4 of his
they have
teammates
the full
have
axe.
axe, which is nutty.
And it does really free them up to go other items, like Greg is just going straight for a refresher. PA's itemization. It's like, these heroes have very fixed itemization. And the axe is nice, but it usually can't fit in. Okay, Praetor might be in a bit of danger here.
Yeah, it's gonna go on the branch manager. Now it's skewed back, turns into BKB.
Oh my god, the cask!
Oh, the cask
What a
completely
cask.
blinks the RP.
Hero
Imagine
cask.
getting turn, tail, and run.
That's to ulti and
Rush
BKB,
coming
but
up
he's
back.
not fully leaving. Oh, nice ice path. Okay, and
Damn,
Jin
from his
is
axe.
murdering the CM. And Uranium Heart is fighting Bea for regen rune.
Yeah.
He's just annoying him.
Dyer's middle
Which
tower.
is good, because Bea still has not hit this ag, so...
How they throw down the macro pyre, and here comes the golems and kidnappers. They go down to the dunk.
What a reach! Yeah, now they just look at him because
The
he's
Ghost
Ghost
Scepter, it just has to sit there.
Get the Maledict damage off.
Assassination.
And the golems are here, so this
Yeah.
tower is going to fall. Is it outpacing backdoor protection?
Just barely. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Stop being this way.
They're gonna go high ground.
Yeah.
And they can't really stop
2
it. There's no...
buyback.
They'll try and do some, like, skewer thing, but...
RP not available, like all of their big
Oh my
players.
god.
Oh no.
This is madness. He's going in for more!
Oh, gonna get skewer into the fountain! But still has the
He
initial
stays
turn
in
with the
the
blur.
Turns around to get the kill, and still... They,
This is...
wait for the axe to deliver. The golems have finished the tier 3, but they have another fort, so I'm not sure they can get this racked safely, but actually, no, Limits might just not have the tools to stop them.
Yeah.
They are in on the Shadow Step. Oh, another
Ice
nice ice
path
path.
Shadow Murder is bad.
Oh my gosh!
No, Praetor's in all of the damage on his head.
Yeah. Bea's very sad that this act is not free.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Praetor with his age is going in for the crazy stuff, but he has to die. Okay,
Yep, they have the shard on CM now. The Aegis respawn is going to wait out a lot, now the BKB's oddly turned towards branch manager. Quickly turned apart, jumping, the final axe has arrived for Popo.
and they just wanted to show me that I'm an idiot, and obviously the Ags is good on him too.
Yep.
They're unstoppable.
Kid match just goes in out of formality, but this is
Game?
this is disgusting. Yeah, 30 seconds for the Warlock.
I can't believe that this is how this game went.
It takes some fucking balls to be in an elimination match
Yeah.
on facing 0-4 in the playoffs and just pull this shit out and fucking roll them.
Yeah, I'm so impressed because I looked at this and I was like, sure, like you can go for the Alk Ags meme. Like it's a silly fun thing to do and maybe it can work. I didn't think that this was a good game for it. I didn't think that the 4 heroes that they were getting free Ags to were worth it, and I was clearly very wrong.
That was unreal.
They are good again.
Jim is very dead though.
Deadest Axe.
Oh, but look at it
Oh,
go!
no, double ult. The golems
in the
on
fountain,
top,
though.
they're just showing, hey, look at our eggs. Check
Okay, Fred
these
is gonna
things
die,
out.
though. Oh no! Actually, he's out of the range of the fountain, so.
Oh my god, they're okay, no, the shadow stuff is gonna kill them.
Did he get the maledict off?
Yes.
No.
No,
Yeah.
the RP with the skewer back. Can enough of these
Oh, he
shots
didn't
from the
BKB.
fountain hit? They can.
Yeah. It doesn't help that Uranium Heart did also TP back to farm a wave, but...
Yeah. But that saved the Mega Creeps.
Oh my god, they didn't finish it?
They did not finish. There is 226 health
That's so Greg, boy.
remaining on all of their bearings.
That's
Which is
so Greg.
ranged.
If they lose the game, it'll be very funny. But yeah, Uranium Heart looks like he will be going back for the Radiance now. I would like to see him get the shard. You know, I'm not sure if he's aware that shards are in the game. But
Yeah, the shard, like, at this point, you don't have any items, and the shard would be sick for your team.
yeah,
Like, you just throw the Dispel and get the attack speed, move speed, HP regen, like,
Birds off
you
of
just go the
Frostbite.
whole 5 element build at this point.
And you really, at this point,
Radiant scan.
you should buy yourself an Ag, right?
Yeah, you,
Just so
you
that
gotta
you can get
the
Aghanims
other-
granted up to 5.
Yeah. So do you take a normal Ags and, like, cast it on yourself, and that consumes it,
I think so. Well, I mean,
gives them the 5th buff?
that's what you do with the synth anyways, right? You get it and then you
Yeah.
have to click it to actually synth it, I think. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Actually, I thought that was full death blow, but it's
Oh,
just...
no, that's right. He actually does have
Oh, God.
an Ags effect for himself.
Praetor's just in, and he's got the Abyssal Blade. He's got
Alright.
murder on his mind.
Death at my hands is an honor.
Sorry, I was distracted reading something. Well, failing to read something, actually. I was just
Easy
looking
on-
at the fact that there was an ability description for Alchemist Ags, but it's just explaining the fact that you can consume things.
Yeah.
Alright, so they are gonna look to finish off this last barracks.
And this Radiance is going to do some crazy damage. It's got 20% spell amp
Yeah.
from the Gifted Ags.
Radiant
Another reason why it would have been good to get it first. Okay, they finished their Ags.
bottom barracks has fallen.
Megas.
Mega creep.
Like, 1 slash from Praetor and 2 punches from Miraji.
Oppo is no longer afraid of these illusions. As Spectre. Okay, so no, so Spectre is not less farmed than the Witch Doctor and the Warlock, but
Yeah, is only less farmed than the 2 cores who got free Ags. Praetor jumps forward on Kid Magic.
and his BKB still put on for 9.
Scary
Whoa.
dagger hits Shadowburn.
Oh my god, the gym is falling
This
in the
happening
fountain.
everywhere.
Large fight. They clear the illusions with the Death Ward, but Kid Magic is
Okay,
in.
this could be the setup.
thought
Oh, but
it
the
was very
Fatal Bonds, he
nice.
can't find the blink.
Oh yeah, that's true. Gamer falls, but Praetor's into the BKB. Might be stuck. They're not giving him a blink target.
Stuns.
Let's blink.
Oh, no.
Man.
They get the Horn Toss on the Miraji. She goes down as well.
Okay, but the tier 4s deny it. Deny it, tier 4. Do it.
It's 34 health.
Come on, CM, you know you want to. So tempting.
Especially since they don't regen themselves. Like, just gonna
Yeah.
sit there on 34 health. Some creep's gonna come through and kill it.
Yeah. Red Boy's playing with their food a little bit, looks like.
Yeah, I think they could just have their cores right-click on buildings, and it would be hard for No Limits to stop them. But I mean, the team fight has always been good for No Limits,
Middle tower
and
is
the team fight is
Oh,
only
no.
better than their own bases. Popo, maybe TP's too far forward for that. Russian forward, I think the shockwave back, and that will be potent. Range Manager blinks up for more, but is only going to find that Greg is too far back into the base already.
Greg is out of reach. Yeah, it looks like Branch Manager got a little bit jealous and will be going into Ags himself.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see it used. I still have not really seen that thing. But
Yeah, when you mentioned it before, I read it, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard of this Ags.
yeah, okay. Alchemist is going the shard now. Also, I'm not sure if Praetor knows this, but the Ags does make it to the blur dispels. So,
yeah.
Gotta keep that in mind. And it's so nice being able to cast this with like 250% uptime. This blur is such a nice spell.
Look at the next guys. Does anybody still need a shard? Oh, I guess this can just be a free shard for Uranium Money.
It's true.
Certainly has earned it at this point. And actually, yeah, he's the only hero without a shard. So should get to consume it.
I'm a little bit surprised that Thea didn't try for that. It seems like the sort of play he would make, but he actually has a Monkey King bar. So, the classic no right-click items into Monkey King bar.
Yep.
I guess he's got the Penta Edge Sword, and Midas gives attack speed, right? That works out.
Yeah. Attack speed from Power Treads too. Two gloves of haste in this build.
That's a lot of haste. Don't be hasty.
Okay. Alk did get the shard from the Roche.
There is the ever-present fear. Okay, and he buffs Jim, actually. There's the ever-present fear of RP, but...
Oh, no.
What's up, I got?
Now here comes the golems into the damage from Praetor.
Oh, but Seattle is shredding the golem. Jim did so much damage!
Almost gonna go down. No, the counter keeps him alive. Oh, huge RP! 3 heroes into the mountain with the skewer back, but they're not. Okay, they are dying.
Praetor refuses to finish the game.
This could be the... Praetor's trying. Praetor's like, guys, we actually have to hit the Ancient. He's gonna get caught.
Oh, Kimmagic might...
now is in another Ice Path connects.
He does the creeps!
No way. Okay, that's the Aegis now. And the creeps are still hitting the Ancient.
Yes, I feel like this is going to end eventually. Oh,
Shadow Merc. Okay, this is just gonna be too much. Oh, they have another...
Support! He horn tosses, but it just hits a bunch of...
No.
Oh, God. He's in! But he doesn't really care that much.
Yeah.
It's over.
Is the hero that cares the least. Great
What
boys.
a great game. Absolute
fantastic.
Chad boys.
This is... I feel like this is an extrapolation of the Meme Hammer meta. Because I feel like the Meme Hammer meta is only here because people are sick of playing on this patch and they're mad that the patch was small and that we're still waiting for 7.33. And I think this is Greg Boys just thinking of other ways to play Dota that may not be obviously meta but are fun and still somehow win the game.
Yes. Rufio's saying it right. Greg Boy's ruining Dota.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Is one of the teams winning?
Yes.
Yes, in fact. They are. Well, actually, no. Now they are not. Because they have won.
That's true.
And it is over. Let's see.
Support MVP, position 1 Uranium Heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Support MVP of the game.
The best support is the support that is not a support.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
But yes.
Yeah, all 5 heroes had Egg Shard, all 4 heroes that aren't Alchemist have an Egg's Blessing. 8
Very
dunks.
consumable game. You know?
Yeah.
Consumerist Greg Boys. All right, let me go take my dog out real quick. I'll be here from there.
I'll throw us over to a BRB
Fingers
stream
crossed.
for my stream while we set up for game 2.
just free publicity. So see.
Do appreciate it. If you want a probably worse perspective than what you're getting from Zach's stream.
Well, I did toggle the assisted camera operator, so I've got it going, you know.
I pretty much just turn it on and leave it on.
Yeah, it is very useful.
It just makes it look so nice compared to how bad it looks if you're manually dragging the camera around.
Yes. For game 2, I have poured the rest of my beer. For game 3, I will be making a smoothie because I will need healthy energy to make it to the end of this series. But for now, I think this fits better. Let's see. There have been some opossums I've seen running around my complex, and I think
fun.
they just broke into my trash earlier during game 1.
Oh.
So what can you do? Okay, so we got a player substitution for both sides. Popo has come out, replaced by Ray, and someone has come out replaced by Got a Goat, who I don't know.
Let me see if I have anything. No, as of when Looming Fruit played No Limits, Gotta Goat had not played for No Limits yet.
Okay, but since...
So my data doesn't have anything, does...
It's complicated because No Limits have played together so long as a team that, you know, Gotta Goat has like 19 games with them, or 19 matches actually. But that does not include, or that includes a bunch of other leagues, basically. So they played a couple.
Yeah. I'm trying to see.
Looks like an off-lane player most of the time. Actually, all 4 of the games he subbed in for were against Pub's Pals.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Oh god, don't tell me this wasn't on the ticket. Fuck! It's crazy. Like, there were like 0 issues with ticketing lobbies throughout the entire group stage.
Yeah, I was very impressed because there were a lot last year. there were a lot of missing games.
And then already now in the playoffs we've had two missing games so far. But God. Okay, I saw Uranium Heart in here, so you better close it out soon, so you don't get the 5-minute delayed stream cheating.
Alright, this is a balanced virtual coin. It has correctly flipped the other way for game 2. And they went in so fast, I missed what was chosen.
Who cares? No Limits gets first pick and Dire.
Interesting. So I missed the order. I can only imagine Great Boys chose second pick, because I don't think anybody takes Radiant right now.
Yes, unless they have a level 1 Roche strat that they're going to try out. I know that they have a lot of silly. They have more ideas in
10
store
seconds.
Than what they've shown so far.
5 seconds.
And apparently, based on what I'm seeing in Discord, the full commitment to the Ags was a surprise to Jim.
Yeah.
So they were not discussing it beforehand.
It is Radiant's
But-
ban.
Alright, so the axe of Jim is going to eat the respect ban. Viper taken away as well.
10
AA going to
seconds
continue to get
remain.
banned.
5 seconds. Dyer's turn to pick.
And the Undying. So same bans for Greg Boys. I forget what was banned instead
Respect.
of Viper.
Oh dang!
And I was going to go look
Respect
at
band.
it in Dota buff, but we cannot.
Praetor's name is my life in a nutshell,
10
minus the mid.
seconds remain.
That's because Praetor's name is Plucky
5
Mid
seconds
I think,
remain.
in Dota.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Thank you for banning Viper. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, I have to... Yeah.
And they go again with the CM.
10
Yeah.
So, pretty happy with the performance last game, it
5
seems,
seconds.
and going once more.
Radiant must choose.
And there's the Shadow
the
Demon.
Shadow Demon is what was banned instead of the Axe
Yes.
last game. So we do
It
get
escaped.
the Shadow Gregman.
Shadow Gregman.
10 seconds remain.
Which I want
Yes.
to say
Yeah, we gotta-
is played by Greg.
5
Yes,
seconds
it
remain.
is. It is a specialty hero.
Excellent. Yeah, not a hero a lot of people play, but it's been fringe, like, meta. Definitely not a high meta hero.
Yes. It is the hero probably more than any other one that I've heard people saying absolutely great things about and then just losing on. So let's see. Does Shadow Demon not have a name? I guess not. Like he doesn't have a person name, you know? Because a lot of heroes have,
Must choose.
you know, they have the name and then they have the title.
Yeah, such as Rasta the Shadow Shaman.
Exactly. And so there's not really much that Uranium Heart can go for with his Greg pun. You know, it's got to be Shadow Gregman.
Yeah.
But actually, you can't really say that because then
10 seconds.
what is Shadow Shaman? Shadow
Yeah,
Gregman?
It could also be
Five
well, because then you have Shadow Greg Mon and
Shadow Greg Man.
And if they pick Shadow Fiend, it's gonna be all over.
Oh. Well, that's just Shadow Greg.
Turn to bat.
Yeah.
How do you ticket a lobby? Who is this? Is this like Bea's Smurf?
All right, Marana picked up. So it looks
Okay.
like all four of our supports, some
10
old,
seconds.
even older school drafting.
Yeah, this is going all the way back
5
to a
seconds.
different era of Dota, back when not every hero had to have
Radiant's
3
turn
mobility
to
tools.
ban.
Sometimes it was enough to just be Marana, you know?
Yeah.
But so the arrow is very nice against Shadow Shaman, obviously, because he's standing in place channeling. And if Shadow Demon goes for Meteor Hammer, it's great against that too.
Yeah.
Um,
And just the, like, you can turn
10
the Shadow Demon
seconds
save.
remain.
Well, I guess it's kind of tricky because illusions pop out too.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
You can
remain.
potentially turn the Shadow Demon save.
33% chance.
So, yeah. I guess it's probably not reliable enough to be worth, but...
Mhm.
But if you get Shard, is there a possibility that Starstorm kills the illusions before
Popo.
the arrow hits?
Popo says half of us didn't know we had Ags until well after we had it. which is incredible.
It did, like, the easiest way for us to tell was when a hero was suddenly 5 places higher
10
in the net worth
seconds
chart.
remain. It is Radiant's ban.
Okay, pretty different bans in the... Well, the Luna was banned last time, but Tidehunter, Bounty Hunter. Shadows allowed, Hunters not allowed.
Yes.
10 seconds.
Tide band. Tide has probably one of the silliest
5
meteor hammers,
seconds.
in my opinion.
Do you... Because Is Ravage enough?
Ravage is enough by level 2. At level
Okay.
1, it's 2.4 seconds, so it's slightly too short. But
It is Dire's
what's
ban.
a shame is that the shard does not set up. Because it's only
Ah.
half the stun duration.
Right.
Okay. DP banned again, because it's an annoying fucking hero.
Yep.
10 seconds.
And Bea plays it
remain.
mid a lot, so...
Yeah, and it's one of those heroes that,
5
especially in somebody who
seconds
really
remain.
knows what they're doing with it,
It
it
is
just, like,
Radiant's
changes
ban.
the way the game is played. Like, you often have to spend a lot of time planning around that hero specifically.
Yeah. And again, the Luna and the Medusa band,
Yeah.
no limits. They really don't want to see that. I imagine this
10
game,
seconds.
having swapped out Shadow Merc for Gotta Go,
5 seconds.
that Bea will be playing mid again. And it'll be Kid Magic on the carry and Gotta Go on the off.
Mhm.
And I think that should help them out, right? Like, that should be a boost to their strength. But
Yeah. Yeah, the lane will be a lot harder for Praetor. And it, I think, opens up what they can
10
have Bea
seconds
on.
remain. 5 seconds.
And OD, once again, will be the last ban of the middle phase.
isn't the finals?
We've got a ways to go from this game for
Dire's
the
turn
final.
to pick.
Spirit Breaker. Kind of an interesting pick into these supports.
Yes.
Because I
Very
feel like both
interesting.
of them are pretty happy to stop a Spirit Breaker in his tracks.
10 seconds.
Until
5
CM gets
seconds
Shard, does give you a pretty reliable cancel to the CM ult.
And I think it still would cancel.
One thing, because then she can root him herself. To
Oh, I see
protect
what you're saying.
herself. Right, because you can
Yeah.
still cast.
Yeah.
While
You just have
walking
to
around.
have fast enough fingers to click on them.
Yes.
And decent chance this is a Praetor mid Spirit Breaker, so...
Ooh.
So yeah, now it's complicated again because I know that Ray plays a fair bit of both support and core. So don't know where we'll see Jim go in this game. He could be the Spirit Breaker. I don't think I've seen him play the cow, but I think he likes it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. This is eating into some of NLZ's reserve time, so I take it they were thinking about maybe a more ranged backline core, maybe for Bea, like a sniper or something.
Yes, I've seen him play sniper a lot. He plays a lot of Lena mid,
Yeah,
which
which
I think is-
still good, not nearly what it
Yeah.
was. a
it's
couple
not as
weeks
nerfed as the carry, but I think it's bad.
Yeah.
Dire's turn to pick.
CK?
Chaos Knight. I think that's gonna be. I think that'll be either side. I mean, definitely either side lane. I'm trying to remember if Kid Magic plays it.
Yeah, so this is a hero I've seen Slaymate play a lot. And
Yes.
Slaymate, I believe, has got to go.
No, they are different
5
people.
seconds.
Is Slaymate on the ocean? No.
No.
Slaymate's got to be branch manager, right?
Turn to pick.
Face the light.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Slaymate is branch manager.
Okay,
Who was
that
top play
makes
mid
sense.
previously. But I've seen him
Yes.
play Chaos Knight quite a bit, I think.
Dyer's turn
Yes.
to bat.
Naga Siren.
Oh, okay, Naga Siren. That's the
Dawnbreaker.
Uranium Heart hero.
Yeah. Will this be another secretly a
Radiant's
support
turn to ban.
Uranium Heart?
Yeah.
With
Well,
the,
I think it's a lot harder to do it on Naga, you know?
Well, you've got the, like, Ag Shard, you've got the, like, the Shard and Scepter.
Yes, but you can't destroy your net worth the same way you can on that on Alec.
That's true.
5 seconds remain. Dyer's turn to ban.
Let's see. Dawnbreaker. Interesting. So it's either carry Dawn or carry Chaos Knight, which I think both have issues with the Naga Siren in the late game.
Yeah.
So they will need to pick some sort of a counter for Bay.
Yeah. Because I don't think it will be a Bea Dawn. If it was going to be a mid lane Dawn, but I think the Chaos and Dawn are the side lanes. They could go Drow still in the pool, Leshrac are both pretty solid answers to the Naga
10
that I think would slot pretty nicely into the No Limits draft.
5
And I think
seconds.
definitely would both be heroes Bea are happy to play.
The Dota draft screen always
Radiant must
just
choose.
such my
Lena.
graphics card going wild. It's chugging so hard trying to load
Select
through
your hero.
these
Make
static
the ultimate
images.
choice.
But
Okay,
okay.
so
Oh,
it
Confused
is-
Mid. He changed his
Yeah.
name. He used to be Plucky, but Lena is the pick,
Yeah,
which is interesting.
it was
the
a
Flame
very
It is on the
fast Plains pick. Okay,
Oh,
that
and then
is- okay, so
gotta go
Branch
with Waste
Manager
Manager.
is Slaymate, yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay.
No, 'cause-
Waste Manager is Branch Manager. I assume, right?
No, because Slaymate and Gotta Goat are registered as two different players on their like website
Okay.
roster.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that's how I have my scouting stuff.
I see.
Yeah, so Gotta Goat and Slaymate are definitely two different people, which means I'm pretty sure Branch Manager is Slaymate. Because Branch
Yeah.
Manager is not a name on their roster.
And they must have changed their names just to be mad. Okay.
Yeah.
Hats. I think
Hats.
gonna give it to No Limits.
Yes.
Because even though Shadow Demon is so cool looking, the Clinks is just very underwhelming. And
Yeah.
Spiritbreaker just kind of looks lame all the time. It's not really his fault, but it kind of looks lame all the time.
Yeah, there's no really good Spirit Breaker sets yet.
Yes.
And the Shaman's
Oh
got
my
some good
God.
stuff, but it's not amazing. I actually do quite like this Spirit Breaker set, I'll say. This is a pretty
That's-
good one.
The names were showing as regular display name and not professional names in the last game because it wasn't ticketed.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes so much sense. I was confused because I knew that most of these players had different professional names than regular Steam names. Whatever.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, so here we go. We're here to find out the Greg names, the most important thing about this draft.
Ball Gregnar. Well, Gregnar is Balinar, who's who's Spearbreaker. Shadow Gregman, Greg Siren, Greg Fletcher, and Shadow Gregman.
Yes, I was right. It is just.
I like
two
Greg
very
Fletcher.
similar- Yeah.
Okay, and they run straight into each other. Bea, I think, can stun 4 heroes at once, but he misses everybody.
Oh no.
People.
Hello.
Oh
I'm
man.
Gabe Newell. You've just achieved
Yeah,
first
and,
blood. Thanks and have fun.
I'm a little surprised Greg went for this because they are far, far weaker as heroes, and so
Yeah.
looks like they are punished for it. And Bea actually got the last hit, the first blood last hit, so he's gonna be pretty happy.
Yeah.
This is the problem with having traditions. Yeah, exactly. Once you realize that they go level 1, they went even when they have such awful heroes. Like this has to be one of the worst level 1 kill drafts I can imagine. You know, like
Yeah.
literally the best AoE you have is Burning Barrage. And we saw how much damage that did. So
Yep.
actually sucks for them now. They Praetor will not have steering arrows for mid in this level 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna make this a lot harder for Praetor.
Yeah.
But
Let's
that's
see.
why for once I could actually see that Praetor was Praetor and not some variation of it.
Don't burn your
Because
Yes!
the name is not ticketed.
It was very clear. Annoying. And having some trouble last hitting, of course, because you hit for 50 as a Clinks without searing arrows.
Yep.
And Lena hits for 62, because the hero's balanced. Top lane's going to be really awkward for the Greg boys. Spearbreaker is not a very strong hero in lane, and CM does a lot of damage. But bottom should at least be a little bit better. Naga can be very nice too. Oh, nice arrow. Greg does not fall here, and will not fall. But yep, okay, once again he starts with the Glove of Haste Quelling Blade.
Yeah.
Going straight for the Midas on Naga Siren. So, giving up any hope you could really have of trading well in the lane.
Yeah. But I can't doubt your last game. I have to assume that Rush Midas is the best possible model right now. At least for this.
You know, it does a good job of making it no limits game to lose, right? Where, like, they do have to play the right tempo to punish that Midas. And last game, you did not see it at all, right? Like, Alpha was just plunking away at jungle creeps for 20 minutes straight and was not interrupted at all.
Yeah. It's Greg, maybe still going too far.
Ooh, yes. Dawnbreaker, very dangerous hero in the lane.
Instead of life. But in the end, I was still made to hit things.
And Shadow Demon is not good at surviving it. Ugh.
Now.
And your Radiant Heart will fall.
I can't feel my life.
I've learned nothing.
Let's see.
The prize is mine.
A much more eventful start
This'll
to the
come in
game
handy.
than last,
Yeah.
as we've seen 4 kills coming out for No Limits.
Yeah, starting
not-
the way No Limits wants it to.
Uranium Heart did buy a set of tangos. So it's alright. He's delaying his Midas, but I think it might be worth it.
Hide.
Yeah. You need some regen in this lane.
Let's see. Spearbreaker getting disabled, but I don't think it matters. Oh, Slaymaker got some body blocks, but
Onage.
Shackle should be enough. Oh my gosh!
Well, Bea finds the kill mid.
Solo kills on the Praetor. Pretty squishy as a Clinks pre-6, so now They has now been involved in 3 kills. That's pretty spooky.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. The fight recap said that they had dealt 218 damage. To Kling's, the death summary gave us like damage actually similar to Kling's health bar.
Yeah, I assume he was already fairly low.
Yeah,
is why
I think
that
it's just
discrepancy existed, but
chilling in the lane kind of low. Because yeah, the attack range of Lina has been a huge part of her dominance in the previous patch.
yeah.
The fact that she's still pretty viable now.
Yes. This is definitely a game where you're really, really happy that Lina got nerfed so much.
Yes.
Because at this point, you would already be almost hopeless in terms of Lina can just control the entire game. We're just gotta be careful. Lina's got 375 damage looking at him. So I think he dies to Dragon Slave and Laguna Blade. No, not quite, but very close.
Yeah, this is super hard for Raider to step up to. Meanwhile, God,
This was inevitable.
waste manager.
They have some good AoE to kill the
Killing
illusions.
spree.
And looks like Kid Magic will.
Yes.
No!
Like,
Very nice.
we didn't talk about it because I only just processed it. Kid Magic has gone
Yeah.
from position 3 to position 4 in this game with the players.
Oh my gosh.
They
It
just
is
played Kill Praetor and now has to run from
diving.
its
This is a tip, but I'm not allowed to tip, but I tipped you. For good play.
the verbal respect tip.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
So yes, your inner heart just recognizing that he's getting a bit rolled in this bottom lane.
Yeah.
As now the game has turned to 0-7.
Yeah,
And
all 3 dire cores at the top of last hits and net worth as well by quite a bit.
Jim's going for the Meteor Hammer on Spirit Breaker. He does not, in fact, have a setup. You can't do anything fun like channel it while you're charging.
Yeah, or another strike while you're channeling it. That would be nice, because then you could...
Yeah, go ahead. The Charge of Darkness stun itself almost does enough to combo. But it is not enough to combo. And it's really hard to shift Q stuff with charge. Oh, and Uranium Heart is very dead. And actually they might get Greg as well.
Ownage.
That's a disaster. He was 50 gold off of the Midas. Okay, whatever. They're letting it go to game 3 so that I have to stay up later.
That is, I mean, Uranium Heart, I think, was the one specifically asking for that.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
As well.
Another put.
And they're TPing Ray, but he's not got tower aggro on him, so I think he'll be fine. And
Perfect.
the arrow did at least hit Creep, I think. That was a weird arrow.
Yeah.
But Spirit Breaker's not really the hero to come back in these situations, you know? I don't think he does very well from behind. I think same with Clinks. You know, Clinks has got to be one of Praetor's lowest impact mid heroes. Because he does play him a lot, but can't really make the same sort of kill moves. Ooh.
The kills continue.
Can't outrun
Oh, and now there's that Moonlight Shadow.
Bo3 is looking for something off of the shadow.
Oh my gosh, look at Slaymate. He's just saved up all of the gold of an armlet. And it has not impacted him at all.
Now with the Moonlight ending, you're just gonna run under tower anyway, gets the LSA immediately. And this is gonna beat it.
Yeah.
Onage.
LSA into LB will put down Praetor as he's going for a Shadow Blade now. Shadow Blade to kill a Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and a shadow.
A lot of shadows going on here. As Naga Siren has finished the
Radiant's
Midas.
middle tower is under attack.
So she's guaranteed some gold here, but
Glyph is now active.
the build currently has her going Manta into Treads, so I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, Sange does save.
So we'll get to walk off this one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
On the
It just
Ocean's
feels so
Road
bad.
again.
It feels so bad to have the illusions dying to like a single set of spells, you know?
Yeah.
If only there was something the gold could have gone to that would make the illusions tankier.
If only.
But now she's getting sat on by 3 heroes, really needs to TP away, but it looks like they might want to try and fight this. And you are down 11 to 0. You do not take any fights. Spearbreaker's TP'd, but he doesn't have his ulti level. Jim didn't level his ulti.
It's 6. What? What are you doing?
I think his build was wrong because you don't normally max charge like this. Oh, and here comes Lena.
More fuel for my...
This is dangerous.
With the Arcane Rune too. The creeps are definitely gonna see that Lena has arrived, and so they will get a chance to scatter. Or not really
Okay,
scatter,
Praetor.
but tower under the tower.
Praetor using the chance to farm mid. He's got to get that Maelstrom going, and I think in this situation, you're happy on Greg Boys. Even though both sides brought 4 people mid and got nothing out of it,
Take us.
when you're behind like this, that's better for you.
Yeah. You have
When you're
some
behind
beginning space.
any even trade is in your favor. But how are they going to stop being behind? I do not see it. I do not see what the hero is on their team that actually does anything. You know, is probably the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Okay! ZK has bought a Reaver before
Oh.
boot.
Wow. I mean, that makes his one illusion very durable for its,
If he gets a heart before boots,
no way. I mean, it doesn't have anything to go with the Reaver queued up. It's just like, hey, I
He
do
did not have a
free
Reaver queued up.
space, so
he had the armlet queued up, had all the gold for the armlet, and then bought a Reaver instead. Really needs that 25 strength, which, you know, fair enough. He's already got 1820
Radiant should
HP.
look to their middle tower.
Yeah, that is an absurd amount of HP at this point in the game, honestly.
Dire structures are fortified.
He's really just saying, you know,
Radiant's middle tower
I can do
is
funny builds too.
Yeah.
It's not just you. And the Meteor Hammer. Finished on Liberace here.
Okay, here this is Greg Boy's path back in the game. It's the Spirit Breaker Meteor Hammer, surely. Now the haste on Bea gonna run under the tower. They have the Siren Song, but not
Please
enough
just
mana
leave.
to TP out.
Dire's middle
Oh no.
So just has to kind of sit here and chill, and now on the
And
ocean.
they're TPing in, actually.
Dominator.
I tried to
yes.
just cancel CM multi, but
Dominator, I
It's
guess.
the Meteor Hammer that hits a hero. But
okay.
now
Again,
it's gonna run. On the ocean,
what
he's going to
hero-
die
They're
to this tower.
unstoppable. Impossible.
What hero do you have that does anything?
Radiant's bottom
Okay,
tower
okay.
is in danger.
Praetor increased their kills by an infinite amount by killing the CM. But he will be fucking dying for it.
Tower is under attack.
Mega kill.
Okay.
If I look back at the death summary, it was
Radiant's bottom tower is in
360 damage from the tower, 132 damage in one clip from.
Radiant's bottom tower
Okay.
is fallen.
Whitehawk, tell it to me straight. Is this where you call it?
No, because you already said that you want to play it
It's
at
so
2:30
late.
a.m. And so you play this game out. Oh, that would have been a connect with the Spirit Breaker Meteor Hammer again, but Slaymate able to dodge it with Phantasm.
Okay, so at least you got countered by a sick play.
Yeah. Now
You're charging in on CM, but
Dawnbreaker will come in though.
There is
Meteor Hammer's on cooldown.
And
And he's just murdered. Yes. Okay, this is the strat though, is they pick late game heroes,
Yeah.
betting on no limits to stall.
Yeah, because they're going to stall for Lina, for sure.
Praetor, Miranda lives with 24 HP, so Praetor is not rewarded for buying a sentry to get that kill. Would have been sick if he had. If he had procced Maelstrom, that would have been a kill. But yeah, so you bet on no limits to go late to make the series last longer, and then you have these late game heroes that are going to own.
Oh, there is a Shadow Blade and Lina, and
Oof.
If you were a millennial, I'd say wicked sick.
And she didn't even cast her Midas. Oh man. You gotta shackle him.
They're
Oh, I didn't get the shackle off.
Ownage.
The downside of being a Naga Siren is you do guarantee that Lina gets full stacks every time.
Yeah, that's true. The Lina pick into the Naga is looking quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things are looking quite nice for No Limits this game.
That is very true.
As Bea looks like might now be hunting for Praetor. They draw a line straight to him. Actually, no, that is Naga's line. Okay, Bea's in so deep by himself. What the shit?
And has a Shadow Blade. And
Oh my god.
they have a sentry. It was seeing Bea, but I think the trees are blocking it. And both supports coming in.
That would have been a
Dawnbreaker as
kill,
well.
man. That would have been such a good kill. They, like,
Yeah, that's everything.
really needed that.
Oh, now they're gonna go on CM without realizing there's two more heroes.
Liberace setting up the line. He hits it.
Gosh.
And there's the Meteor Hammer.
On it
It's
too.
two! Who cares?
Oh,
This is
Here
game
comes the
no.
CM.
That was unreal.
This
Wicked
is-
ownage. Double
no
Desperately
limits
to
are
add
not
any damage.
happy about the Alchemist adding this game. They're
Oh god, I'm pretty gonna walk forward and... Okay, no. They don't count. I'm, like, traumatized at this point on their behalf. 22-1! Oh my god.
This is more of a lead than the Alchemist had. At this point.
Absolutely. This might be the... This is definitely the worst kill score we've seen ever.
Yeah.
Like, the worst kill differential. I'm not sure if... Because there's actually not that big of a net worth gap.
Okay, this time has the TP.
Dire should look to their bottom tower.
Oh my god.
That was scary.
Although, we should also say, Mirana very nice against Naga in that she gives a pretty solid answer to Song TP. If Mirana's outside of the range, right?
Yeah.
You just send the arrow in and catch. But not perfect.
Yeah, so Sleemate, we did just see that Blink Dagger, which ended up being the item choice after the Casual Reaver, which I don't think is
Monster
a
kill.
pair of words that's ever been
Ownage.
said before.
Can I...
Bea finds another kill top. It's like full Silver Edge coming out,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
which I think is just for the item efficiency. Because there's not anything
My God.
huge
Bottom
that's
tower
breaking
is in
here.
danger.
He still doesn't have boots. Claymate still doesn't have boots.
You don't need boots when you have Blink Dagger.
Bottom tower is
He's already on a horse, like he's got 325 move speed. He's
Yeah.
faster than a CM with boots.
But yeah, I do think the Silver Edge just because it's a pretty good damage item.
Yeah.
Because you are right, there's really nothing. I mean, he breaks Bash.
Yeah. Breaks the PA from last game,
Exactly.
which was a little late on this
There
game.
is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Yes. About one game too late.
Find their structures
But
against attack.
they will be getting a tier 2 bottom. Okay, you do not like to see your tier 2 go down at 18 minutes.
No, that's normally a bad sign.
Praetor's going for Gleipnir, hoping desperately to get some sort of an ability that does something in a game. And this is an overwhelming
Smoke up.
blink rush by Slaymate.
Prize is mine.
And he
Oh.
blinks out. Praetor
Okay,
doesn't cancel his
wasn't-
blink.
I was a fool. It wasn't the casual. It was item progression.
It was a rush, yeah. Okay, Liberace, you'd be doing a whole lot better if you just leveled your fucking Nether Strike.
Yeah,
That would have been a kill.
that is... Like, I guess the idea is bash duration and charge stun duration to secure the meteor hammer.
Dire's top
Okay,
tower
does
is
now
in
get a
danger.
full.
Thank God. Yeah, he felt really bad after not getting that kill.
Eager to know Dire's
Yeah,
wrath.
that was the...
Dire's top tower
That
is
might have
under
been somebody in comms saying, where
You've
is
taken
your
it
point?
far enough.
Strike? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Perhaps,
right.
oh! A nice arrow.
Onage.
Perhaps feeling a bit emboldened after Uranium Heart in the last game, but problem is, if you lose like this,
is no more.
it really puts you at a disadvantage for game 3.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care how PMA you are, and how, like, you can have no animosity in comms at all, and this will still put you at a disadvantage for game 3.
Oh, for sure. It's so hard mentally to have a game go this way. And then sit down and be like, okay, we're gonna play against the same people and beat them this time. Like,
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
it's
is
one
under
thing
attack.
if you can be like, oh, we like should have picked this hero instead of this hero, or we should have played these situations a little bit differently, or like laned somewhat different. You look at this game and you're just like, what went wrong? Oh, everything.
Yes.
Now you're
Which-
Ooh, does get the song off, but it's not going to be
Dominating
enough to survive.
Which, you know, I mean, it might actually be helpful that so many things are going wrong, because you really can say, like, we just were not trying to win.
Yeah.
Oh, Liberace!
They're
No, not
unstoppable.
fine.
Tower is under attack.
So it's almost a full team lead.
Yes, the only person that didn't die was Praetor, who was cutting waves mid.
Yep.
Of course, some creeps did still get through, and he can't cut again, so...
So this is going to be... No one is considering high ground at 22 minutes. The advantage of being this far behind is that your death times are incredibly short. So
Oh,
short
yeah.
that you cannot get really any damage on a tier 3 tower after taking.
They basically all have free buyback.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes. See, the problem is, even with 2 lives, I'm not sure they can really do anything.
It is... Okay, can they...
Okay, Lena is completely alone. Do they have the vision?
Oh,
Yes.
they do.
It's happening. Here's the meteor hammer.
Oh, here comes fire. They got the meteor hammer on 2 again. Now
Okay.
the LSA.
Now what? And yeah, okay, never mind. So it looked like the Lena was completely alone. Turns out everyone was able to get there in time.
Who's next?
So
I've got all day.
31-1.
Yeah. I think you're now at the point where,
Regeneration.
like, regardless of the joking or maybe not joking about, like, intentionally pushing into game 3, like, if you just GG out now, like, I feel like that's where you're gonna have the, like, just really hard to beat mental state if you have even a game 3. Whereas if you look at this game at this point and you're like, well, we have lost, let's just kind of mess around and have fun because we lost. I feel like that's almost now 5 heroes to life here into
Oh
the
my
Burning
God.
Barrage. Actually
Yes, you start to do
does
shit like that.
got the Roshan kill and the kill of a godlike streak, 1,400 gold, plus 135, over 1,500 gold for that play. See, that's what you do. Now, your mental state's great.
You have
Like,
to take a pause to
I'm not
really
sure,
let
but
that
this
sink
lane is
in.
starting to feel
Yeah.
You know?
impossible.
yeah, the sync's knocking at the door. And it
That-
needs to be let in.
That was crazy. Did you add the second part because you thought that I didn't get the joke?
I was worried, not necessarily that you didn't get the joke, but that it
Okay.
might not have fully let in.
This is interesting. Clinks is level 17.
Yes.
He
Lena
has
is level
not-
17.
He has not leveled his level 15 talent. I think
Oh.
he may have just gotten 4 levels at once from the Roche kill and the Dawnbreaker.
Can I can...
He has a
let me
point
look
in
at-
stats.
Okay, yeah, I would buy that. How much? Let's see. How much XP did the Radiant just go up?
I can't
Um,
see anymore.
from the
It looks
spike
like
is 3,500 to. I mean, that only looks like 250 XP. That's not.
that.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's not right.
I
Is
don't
it
know
right?
what that experience number is.
No, wait. Yeah, is that? That's okay. I've never looked very close into this. That's weird.
Yeah.
Is that how much experience each team gained in that minute? It
I
has to be, right?
I guess. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand
we're
how to
we're
read these
just
experience
baffled
numbers.
by because there's two numbers. Okay, it's not the amount of experience earned in the last minute.
I think it has to be average experience of each hero.
That sounds believable.
Well, so how much? Yeah, because level 18 is 1,800 experience.
Okay, so like if you look at the top there, it says experience 5,439 XP plus
Yeah,
13 level, right? So that is saying I think that the average level of their heroes would be 14. Which makes sense if you look at it, right? Because there's a 15 and a 7.
yeah.
So that does look like average experience, which means that in that minute, average experience went up by 250,
250, which would be 250 times 5.
which is
So,
12.
yeah. But that's like a level
Yeah, so
for the
still doesn't feel
class.
completely right. Whatever. It was a cool play. Good things happen.
Wait, why are they. Oh, because you asked about it.
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
I
how
did
are they
ask
talking about what
Prater.
we're talking about?
I did ask Prater what
小金花，
um
小金
I
花，
I will also
小
mention that I do think oh wait, was it? Let's see. Who was it that needed the pause? On the ocean. Okay. Yeah, I think most of the 10 players here have wives. Okay. He's been sandwich. Okay, okay. I thought I thought that he was saying that his wife was sandwich machine. Um. Okay. They is such a confusing person. I'm just gonna assume that his wife just gave birth
That's what I
and
like.
he's been caring for her like a loving person.
Yeah.
Okay, the we can actually see the Roche play is coming up on your stream now after the delay.
Oh, excellent.
So can we see what level Clinks is when he's level 14 when he walks in. And then he hits 15 from the Roche and 17 from the Dawnbreaker kill. Oh god. Oh, you've got the flipped UI.
I
Ugh.
do. I'm sorry.
Gross.
But I'm also not sorry.
My delay is shorter than yours, so I can't clip it. But I'll go back and clip it later. Great husband, bad teammate opponent. I need to make my wife a salad sandwich pasta sorvoli cannoli steak.
One viewer. Oh, I typed that, and one person left my stream, so I do now have one viewer. Okay, yeah, so how can... I mean, this is quite the question, but is there a way for Greg's to get back into this?
No. Okay, and actually, I will mention that you get 15 minutes of pause time per series. No limits are running up on that. I think even if they do lose on the ocean here, they still win pretty handily, 4v5 from this position. Yes.
I mean, I guess that is just your CM that's disappearing from the game.
Yeah.
Didn't disconnect before walking away, which, I mean, makes sense when you have...
It's not lag, it's just sandwich.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just thinking for, like... Well, actually, you must be able to control disconnected players.
This is a good point from Tremolo Soul. It may be that Dire has 13 more levels than Radiant. Okay, let's check that.
That would make sense for the plus 13.
12, 11, 13. No, they have 17 more levels at this point.
Huh.
I'm not sure, but this lane is starting to feel impossible.
That makes me, like, in many ways more confused about what these experience numbers mean.
I think it's got to be the average experience of the player.
But then, what does the plus 13 levels mean?
That's saying, like, they have 13 levels over level 1.
Okay.
Because it can't be that they're 13 levels ahead. Because they're not 13 levels ahead, they just counted it out.
But are they... See, this is also weird, because it's implying that you can directly convert experience to levels, which you can't, because every level is worth a different amount of experience.
Well, no, but you can say a certain amount of experience gets you to this level.
That's true. So are they're... I guess it goes back to, their average hero level... Okay, let's also do that math. Is their average hero level 13? Which is...
That one's harder to do, because you can't just, like, average the number itself. It's like, does the average experience give a level of 13 or 14, depending on how they...
Yeah, you can get close.
It's pretty... I think it looks pretty close to that.
Because it's 22 for the 211s, and then 28 for the 15 and 13 is 50, and then 67 divided by 5 is a little more than 13. It's 13 and 2/5. So, yes. So I think that must mean... That's such a strange way of notating all of that. That this is average experience, which is not explained anywhere. And then the plus 13 levels means... Oh, we're going.
They have enough average experience to gain you plus 13 levels.
Yeah.
Okay, and Praetor should be fine here, because he's fast as fuck. Oh my god.
Actually,
he's just dodging every stun.
Yep.
Dodging every spell, actually. Does he turn around and send it in?
Happened again.
Oh, that was...
Burn, baby,
That's rough.
burn.
That was a very ballsy play, and I...
Respect.
appreciate... Like, that's one of those weird times where, like... you'd want to tip out of respect, but it would not... Like, there was no way to not interpret it as tipping out of BM.
If he had switched to Strength Treads, I think, or Magic Wanded, I think he would have lived there and gotten the kill first. May still have died afterwards, but
yeah, because
would
then
have
you
used
have
rid
to
of the Aegis.
get out before it responds
Is under attack.
and clicks on you one time.
Oh my gosh, and now a DD rune coming in for Bea.
Bea has had, I think,
This'll come
pretty
in
much
handy.
every power rune in the game.
Yeah. Clinks is not really going to contest you there. Oh, and the overwhelming blink has hit.
That was unreal.
Naga is going to finish this team. Okay, there we go.
No.
It's like,
Just psyching him out.
yeah.
Okay,
That's
as we will see
the... Oh, and now Greg getting it found.
Dominating, I guess.
the brown boots Manta into heart. Oh, Lena's actually grabbed, but they don't have the damage to finish this off.
Oh, and here comes the turnaround.
And she still has not activated this DD yet.
Siren Song. Okay, yeah, use the Siren Song to set up the Meat Hammer on a 3.
Whoa!
Yes! That's the big
Pretty
brain play. They
covered
already killed Lena one time. 3 of those going to go down.
That actually could have been...
There they go.
That could have been really sick if Praetor had had Burning Barrage.
Trees.
But he did not.
We did it. Okay, that's what...
Double
I
damage.
forgot.
It's been so long, we forgot you had H.
That was very bad. Okay, so regardless of what we were saying before, the mental game of Greg was
Yes.
impressively good, I would say, for while they are losing barracks in 25 minutes.
Yes, and down 2 to 30. And notably, Bea did save that DD until the entire fight was over.
Oh,
So that he'd be able to get the buildings faster. It looks like CMA is actually back.
My favorite kill.
So, Sandwich made, Pegs built, Powers dry. I think is how that voice line goes. Okay, can they get the Midas off? Okay, Greg has balled him so he can't get the Midas.
but
So then he's
we're not-
blue balling him.
Oh, and now Greg is going to be torn apart
Oh no.
Wow.
by side lane duo.
Oh my god,
huge right there.
damage!
All of
Predator
them.
carry!
That's your gallery right there.
Oh, the meteor hammer gets cancelled.
Double kill.
Can you ulti the Bea?
That wasn't
No.
Oh, they're gonna get out with the Moonlight Shadow.
There's something fitting about Predator having all of the kills. You know?
Yeah,
As it's 3 to 41.
my
Ah.
goodness.
God.
These are some numbers.
regeneration.
This is gonna, if not for just how many games have been played in the league at this point, like, these are gonna really do some things for some players' KDA averages.
That is true. Poor Ray. 0, 10, 1.
At least has one assist.
Yes.
Like everybody's picked up an assist. At least completely.
BKB forced out from Bea here,
Yep.
but they're just gonna hit the rack.
Yeah, turn into a Rax. And that's a fresh BKB that just arrived.
Okay. CK maybe Giga Farm. But that just means that when Shadow Demon disrupts him, his illusions are stronger.
Yeah. This is really an exercise in copium
Yeah.
for us today.
They're just pulling out their stores. This is great though, because it gives me the moral absolution that even if Greg Boys get eliminated, I can just say it's their fault for picking these heroes. And not my fault for
They've
where I
taken
played.
all of the
Praetor really wants that flag bearer creep. Well, let's be clear. Praetor has taken all of the tier 1 towers.
Yes. Building damage numbers are certainly going to look away.
I think a lot of numbers are going to look very funny at the end of this game.
Sanaba.
But, you know, this is what you got to be doing if you're Praetor here, is cutting these waves.
Okay,
Stall it out, waste time.
our graph, because this is still one of the more interesting things happening in this game, our graph theory is wrong. Because it now says that
21
no limits have
levels.
plus 21 levels, and nobody is level 21.
Yes.
Which means that it is not their average level. I guess it could still be. No, it can't. It can't. It can't be an amount of experience.
13. Even. 20. Okay, so now it says 20, and it looks like Dire are 20 levels ahead.
Okay.
Tower is no more.
But that definitely was not correct before. That was during a pause. Maybe it like hadn't updated yet. Oh, maybe because it updates every minute.
Oh yeah. So the spike...
No, it doesn't. It updates every second. It updates every second. This is the most recent thing.
Yeah, the spike still doesn't make sense. As Mary's gonna teleport back. Can they hold megas? They have held megas for like 30 minutes.
Okay, I still think.
Damage. We're actually gonna charge forward.
Oh, but he just gets canceled.
No.
I'm pretty sure he could have killed TM there, but.
Maya's dead.
Oh!
And now they get the
1,000
setup.
gold. This is a great setup. As Praetor has the collect near. Oh, but he cancels it.
Killing spree.
He cancels it so CK lives. I think.
What happened?
Praetor's getting body blocked. He has a blink.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait.
Oh, do they see? They don't see it.
No, they don't. And then a blink. And she has haste rune. Oh, I can't believe. I think Praetor canceled his burning barrage to kill the CM.
But then didn't.
And it turned out to not kill Slaymate. He killed the CM, but he didn't kill the Chaos Knight. But yeah, so I still think the numbers represent the average experience for each hero.
Okay.
Because otherwise, how could there be numbers for each side? Right? Like, if the number was just a lead, then how would the team that's behind have an, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be the amount they're ahead. And we're pretty sure it's too much experience for it to be the total. So it must be the average.
Yes.
Or some other strange number. I'm gonna look into this. Not after this game, but after this series.
Because 6,000 experience feels like about the average that gets you to like level 13. Which I think is the average level on the Radiant right now. You know?
Yeah.
That said, without any sort of evidence. Also, did the gold lead shrink from...
More fuel for my fire.
Okay, no. The gold lead didn't shrink by that one. In honest faith. For some reason I thought that... Oh, no!
Oh, has...
Oh, but he's fine.
Oh.
Oh, but Bea's gonna dig! He gets it! I think Praetor needed a juke left because he didn't have the TP, but
Yeah.
hard to do that. And now he doesn't have buyback because I think he was going for a Radiant, not a Radiant, a Divine Rapier.
Yeah.
Okay, but it looks like the dream is dead.
Yeah, I think this is just game.
No.
I guess.
You stay in it long enough to give Praetor the Rapier so that you can lower the win rate of Divine Rapier. Okay, he's netted. They're songed.
Oh,
He's
they
arrowed.
gets hit by the arrow, so they can't even set up for anything with the song.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not that I think they really were, you know, but
I mean, they've got the meteor hammer. That meteor with the meteor hammer.
oh my god. Yard just dies the instant he pops out.
Here we go.
It hit.
And somehow it hit. The arrow connected just too late.
Yeah.
He's gonna charge back out. Just to say hello.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Well, congrats. It went to midnight. Okay, but Vlad dies. And it is now 6 kills on Praetor, 0 kills on everyone else.
They're unstoppable.
50 to 6. Might be, will probably be our final score.
Radiance.
No. They're gonna kill
You
it.
were a millennial. I'd say wicked sick.
Jesus.
You need to work on your attention.
Okay, but 51 to 6 will be the way we end it.
No limits. Take game 2. Send it to 3.
Yes. And how? Oh my god.
Decisively.
Yes, I think we can call that decisive. Yeah, it's rough. GG well played, close one. Okay, well, let's open this chest and see what pops out. Wind Ranger. That looks kind of lame.
Okay, so if I go to the graphs, see that the overall graph is kind of worthless because the numbers on the right are just net worth difference.
Okay, so here's the question. I could sacrifice... Well, soon, I think I'll be able to sacrifice all of the items I opened from the chest to get a single tier 3.
Excellent.
Is that worth it? 'Cause some of these tier 2s actually look pretty dope.
The tier 2s are pretty good. Let me...
Like, I like this Medusa a lot.
I think if you get the IO, it's worth it. If you get the Pudge, it's not worth it.
That's what I'm thinking too, right? And are these going to be marketable at any point?
That I don't know.
Because I feel like the IO would sell pretty well.
Did they...
It would have been in some, like, blog post a while back, but...
I was just gonna go find one of mine. It just says not tradable or marketable. Flat. So I think no.
Yeah.
Because
I don't really play much IO, you know?
Yeah, same. But maybe I would play more IO if I had a nice skin.
I do not think I would, so... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go. I'll be back for game 3, obviously,
Yeah,
but...
sounds good.
Jesus.
All right. Well, as we technically expected, this is going to a Game 3. Certainly not in the way that we expected. Greg Boys win the Game 3 coin toss. We'll see what they prioritize here. So far, all right.
It is
We are
Dyer's ban.
into the draft for game number 3. This is an elimination game. Winner moves on to play the loser of a match that hasn't been played yet. Loser goes home. Bans, I would not be surprised to see largely the same bans that we've been seeing. Maybe we see the Viper make it through if they didn't take the Shadow Demon that they let through last game. But I have a feeling they'll continue to prioritize it. Yeah, AA gonna get banned out again. Like Greg's.
It is Radiant's ban.
Yeah, it's gonna be the X Viper. Probably the AA Undying.
Dyer must choose.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I was having some serious smoothie
Radiant's
difficulties.
turn to
Oh,
ban.
yes.
As I'm sure my stream knows now, because I bet they could hear the blender.
Alright, so same bans and same first pick that we've had all 3 games. Greg Boys won the coin flip.
10 seconds.
They did
remaining.
ask about game 3, and I told them I'm pretty sure that it's a fresh coin flip
5
for game
seconds.
3.
Yes, it is.
Cool. I'm glad he did not lie.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Face the light.
Ooh, Greg Boys are going to block pick the Dawnbreaker here. I like this, because I think that was one of the biggest parts of how the game spiraled out of control for them in game 2. Was the Mirana Dawnbreaker lane
10
just
seconds.
absolutely destroyed your Indian Hearts game.
5 seconds remain.
Yes, and they did swap
Dyer's
Popo
turn
back
to
in,
pick.
Yes.
and he plays as a support very often. So they have the flexibility there.
I see. Okay. I like that even more than as an early phase pick.
10 seconds.
And yes, it
Yeah.
did look like the game was on the ticket.
5
So I think we're good.
seconds.
Just wanted to make sure that all the names match, you know?
Yep. Alright, and they're going to go back to the Warlock for Greg Boys. So may need to look out for the
It is
Alchemist pick.
Dyer's ban.
And no limits are going to grab the Juggernaut in the first phase. This is pretty spicy to me. I mean, the CM Juggernaut lane is a classic. You hold
Yes.
somebody down and spin on him.
Possibly one of the oldest lanes in the book, you know, aside from like Shadow Shaman or something.
Yeah. I'm curious
Turn to
who's playing this Juggernaut, because Kid Magic's played it a lot, but Kid Magic was playing position 4 last game.
Yeah.
Has Slaymate played it?
It is always possible that Slaymate was only playing the carry because it was a specialty hero,
10
you know?
seconds.
That's very true.
And this could be a mid Juggernaut.
5
I've done it.
seconds
Yeah.
remain.
Radiance is buffed.
I don't know if that's a Bea thing to do. If it was on the other side, I'd be like, yeah, Praetor plays mid AM. Probably could bust out a
It's
mid
true.
Juggernaut.
I believe he's played it with me, even, so. But, yeah, most likely it is just Kid Magic.
Mhm.
It is Dire's ban.
OD, Medusa, I think these were the last bans of the middle phase last time. They're getting out of the way quickly here.
There's that Medusa ban again.
Yeah.
10 seconds remain.
They really do not want Uranium Heart to have it.
5 seconds remain. Radiant's turn to ban.
Faceless gonna get banned out. Probably want to avoid the combo with the Dawnbreaker. And honestly, the Chaotic Offering is a very nice follow-up to a Chrono as well. So this would be...
And I've seen Uranium Heart play it a bunch of times, so it checks out.
5 seconds.
Oh.
Dire's turn to ban.
Death Prophet gonna get banned out again. Great Boys have been quite consistent with their ban plan.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Fan of Assassin can be the last ban. Don't want the Praetor mid PA again.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
And then the Bay Lena. So Lena is still eating bans on this patch. And I mean, after last game, it looked honestly incredibly similar to how it used to.
10 seconds.
Not exactly what I'd call a
5 seconds.
a fair random sample of a game to evaluate if Lena is still as good as she was, but
Dire's turn to pick.
Slardar. That's a hero I've
interesting.
seen him play some. I hope he doesn't go Meteor Hammer on it, but it also has some flexibility in that it is a carry that can buy a Midas.
Remain.
So Uranium Heart could play it if necessary.
5 seconds. Dire must choose.
Legion Commander.
Legion.
Legion is the 3.
This got banned at some point by one of the teams.
I think it was No Limits banning it, though.
Yeah, I think that's correct. It
10
doesn't
seconds
feel like it
remain.
plays crazy well into what's been drafted so far.
5 seconds remain.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's certainly awkward into Slardar.
Yeah, like, assuming Greg Boys pick up another physical damage core, it gets really scary to play into Slardar. I guess it does have the Dispel, which works on the Corrosive Haze for most of the game.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. It's great at killing Warlock. You know?
Yep.
And they have to be able to do that to make sure that they can't get an Ags onto him.
Yeah. And Greg Boys have been playing 2 squishy supports both 3 games so far. Alright, and they're going to bring back the Jujiro.
Yeah. Although I do think this will be the change. I think at this point, Dawnbreaker is going to be the 5. Or the 4. One of the 4.
That would make sense.
And so they've got a pretty nice heal draft going on.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
If they pick,
5 seconds.
you know,
Io Witch Doctor, both cores.
a Necrophos,
Dyer's turn
right?
to
Some healing hero.
Ooh.
They could seriously. Okay, Arc Warden. I believe. So, I think I've seen Praetor play this, but I also know that they picked it and Uranium Heart played it, and they lost
10 seconds
Okay.
that game
remain.
that I was seeing.
Do
So
they have,
5 seconds
according to... Oh, wait, no, this is No Limits. Never mind. No Limits has played it twice in League Games and won both.
let's see.
Greg Boys
Radiant's
have
turn
not
to ban.
played it yet. Am I seeing that right now? Where is he?
Okay, so the
They
one
have
game
played
they
it
played of
once.
Arc Warden was on Uranium Heart, and they
Okay.
lost Savory Characters.
That is a hard team to beat with Arc Warden.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds.
This was the game where Chio TP'd into the middle of like 4 people and got mass tipped by her own team.
Dyer's ban.
So I think Arc Warden is very rough against
Radiant's
Legion
ban.
Yeah.
in some ways. If you are not the one in the duel and you're really fast with it, you can place the bubble to cancel out Legion's right clicks during the duel.
Mhm.
I would not call that
10
reliable,
seconds.
and more I just think that Legion can fairly reliably lock down and kill the
5
main,
seconds
but
remain.
it'll be interesting to see what their idea here is.
Yeah. I like that you have both Dawnbreaker and Arc Warden as kind of global presence heroes, and No Limits doesn't really have something to answer that so far.
Definitely, yeah. Especially since you have this hero like Slardar, who wants to make a lot of solo type moves, but often can't. What's the word? Convert that last bit of damage, and so having a bit of follow up is really nice.
Yeah.
And even just something as simple as Arc Warden gives attack speed to Slardar. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Quab Necro are the bans. 'Cause, yeah, I imagine this last pick for No Limits is going to be a mid hero. And yeah, I think we are going to see the roles
10
change
seconds
again
remain.
for No Limits.
Night.
Never mind. I got cut off from
Legion.
saying that I was pretty confident that the Juggernaut was a Kid Magic hero, and then we get the Night Stalker, which almost definitely is Kid Magic's hero.
Yeah, so I think this is
Mid.
my guess is this is
10
mid Legion,
seconds.
offlane Night Stalker, Harry Jug.
Yeah.
5 seconds remain.
They could flip that around, you know? I think we've made it clear that Kid Magic has played the Night Stalker carry. Legion can go off lane, Jug can go mid.
Yep. You could play mid Jakiro for Night Stalker.
Pudge!
Your hero.
Pudge.
Ooga.
Greg.
I feel like I've seen Praetor have some really awful games on a Pudge. So hopefully that's not what happens here. This is not what my Slardar looks like.
Slaughter looks good to me. It's got the head and shoulder immortal, which I think it's pretty important you have both. Because
I'm a little bit surprised. If it's Jim, I would expect him to have like the shoulders and not the head, or something really lopsided like that.
Oh, I can also see it's flickering between the gold and normal head.
Oh, it is.
Which looks cool. It will not look like that in game.
I do have to say, I find the Dawnbreaker, or I find the Pudge persona very underwhelming. So I think I
Yeah.
will give hats to No Limits.
Yeah, it's also a plain Arc Warden. which there's not a million Arc Warden cosmetics, but the hats from No Limits are very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
You've got I think that was a cash set for the Night Stalker. It looks really good with the gold gloves.
Very glowy Juggernaut.
We have the full Jakiro Immortals now, which we didn't have earlier tonight because I think it was a different person playing it.
Oh! It's a Midnight Stalker.
Oh, this is Midnight. Holy shit. Yeah, it is Kid Magic, so I was right. That it was definitely a Kid Magic Juggernaut.
Yeah.
This is very interesting now.
So we're going to have the classic Night Stalker versus Pudge matchup mid.
Yep. We've all seen it before.
I was worried why that was taking so long. But I assume a Midnight Stalker is going to go something like Midas Ags or like an Ags Rush. But
yeah,
could always just go regular Night Stalker items.
Yeah, you get the Shard too. Makes your farming amazing. It's basically just another Midas.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, he doesn't really shift queue items, so. Introducing!
Greg.
Oh, Greg Warden! Okay, once again, we're gonna have a mid fight.
Yep. This time, No Limits are the ones.
Oh, wait.
Slardurig.
Slardar just looks like he took off the shoulders, but looks the same.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Greg Mother. Because, Dawnbreaker, I assume, is
30 seconds and
Hammer Mother?
Yeah.
Greg Lock.
And Greg Lock. They've fully dodged each other this time.
Slardareg.
The Slardareg is...
That's not a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Slargreg.
else... Yeah, just Slargreg is...
Or Gregdar.
Yeah, I like Gregdar.
Gregdar also very functional.
Ultimate glory.
Okay, yeah, they have fully swapped sides for these runes, and nothing else exciting has happened.
Playmate got a lot of branches.
Yeah, we were talking about old draft metas. This is an old item build meta. Of everybody has a lot of branches.
You know what's not an old item build meta, though? Uranium Heart.
Uranium Heart with
innovating.
Ooh,
innovating on
mangoes.
last game with mangoes instead of a quelling blade.
Incredible.
Now that he's playing a ranged hero.
Yeah. Yeah, space in the middle for something different. Alright, what are we looking at?
Trading really well with that attack speed. Let's see. Predator already taking so much damage. But he's going Vanguard. That would be nice. It'll mean that there's no threat from Baya, but...
Oh, I love... Both teams dropped a ward in almost the same spot mid, and they have the same skin.
That's true.
And that is actually each of the mids wards.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
It's nice to have these moments of connection, you know?
Yeah. Not to be outdone by Slaymate's 6 Iron Branches
Oh, God.
is on the Ocean's 7 Clarities.
That's a lot of clarities.
Yeah.
So this is what you do when you're against 2 melee heroes that don't have any range damage. What are you gonna do to cancel a clarity? You're gonna walk up.
Celestial Hammer. You're just gonna
Don't have
throw
that
your
yet.
hammer at her. Oh, they do. And they miss.
And yeah, the range nerf from a bit back. But looks like mid is pretty Baya favored.
Yeah, 12 and 3.
Not crazy to see. Goes for boots. Still nothing really communicating what the build is, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. But yeah, so this top lane I think overall is pretty interesting, you know. I think Slaughter has a fairly good time against melee carries, but Jug Spin counteracts with enough damage that it's danger.
Yeah.
I think CM absolutely should die at least a few times, just because Dawnbreaker's like a really good hero. And so I think if she's not, then it's Dawnbreaker like slightly misplaying or not recognizing the strength they have. But
we had no, we didn't have Dawnbreaker against last game. It was the Shadow.
yes,
I feel like Shadow Demon feels similar to a CM
Oh.
to a degree.
Mango into Miss Sparkgrave feels a bit rough, and Uranium Heart getting outlasted a bit by Legion here, just because she has like 20 more damage.
Yup.
Level 3 on Jug means that there's a bit more threat here with the spin, as Popo might have gone too far forward. Hammer will just barely
really
miss
nice
out.
dodge. That was
The classic,
That was a very cute hammer play.
you step to the right, you hammer to the left, ankle's broken, Jim gets the courier at the same time. Jim is a beast for courier kill.
Yep.
I know every day he would take a courier kill over a hero kill. Okay.
Yeah, there's a handful of players in this league who are absolute courier fiends.
Courier sickos.
Denied.
Praetor has his Vanguard finished,
Yep.
so
Is going to arrive.
could be almost no threat from Bea, but of course, sometimes Bea just finds a way.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points in Void is going to be...
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
Last of our kind.
Probably
Then
under
you-
tower.
Yes.
Without even... Oh no, with their move.
Okay, well, Praetor died.
On your life.
How did...
I just didn't say anything.
I need the new... I guess I'll look at that.
Fight recap does not include that.
Yeah,
That
it's...
summary is not working.
Points in Void is a lot of it. Also 264 damage from Rod.
Just a little bit, yeah, a little bit too cocky from Praetor. The hubris of Praetor. And that top's a little bit awkward too. Jim also going for a Vanguard, but you don't really care so much about the right-click damage against these two heroes.
Yeah. If anything, you just want like an early hood.
Mm-hmm. Oof, and point at 3 in Luminosity. I actually don't really like this. Oh,
Raider got the hook.
oh my god.
No way, the illusion rune is enough to
Didn't
walk it
dodge
off.
enough damage. It's okay, he's gonna go for the hook.
Yep.
He sees Bea there hitting the creep, but oh no.
One day I will
It
observe
begins.
a kill.
It begins. 250 off of Midas.
Oh no. I like the tangos in the queue that may never be purchased.
Mm-hmm. He's gotta get some regen.
I mean, he's got a warlock here. Does he really need to buy his own regen?
That would just delay the Midas.
Exactly.
Okay, and
Slardar down here.
Praetor is rushing Boosted Problem. Vanguard Boosted Problem. So the ultimate.
Really nice
He
ice
doesn't have the
path.
mana for hook. Unfortunately, I think that would have killed. But Bea is now being held fairly well off the lane. Okay, I think Bea might be going... Bea's either going Armlet or he's going Midas. Oh my gosh. He did buy the Tangos. On Uranium Heart.
Well, yeah, they're on
Okay, do they go on Waste Manager here? Oh no, they don't cast! Oh, and Liberace pays with his life up top. It's a bit rough.
Yeah. Things are...
Okay, Bea is in on Praetor here, but this is not going to go well for him.
Yeah.
It's not going to go poorly, but it's not going to go well.
Doesn't have mana for a Void either, which really
Oh
makes
man,
it hard to kill.
this level 1 Celestial Hammer, you're getting
That's
punished
fine.
so hard for it. You've got to max it nowadays. Ever since that cast range got nerfed.
Tower is in danger.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, really.
Top tower
Nightstalker
is
ulti is
under
over. And now, are they going to get a tower for free top?
Yeah, without Popo here, there's nothing we can really do to defend this. Oh, now it's gonna jump forward with the ult, but the Great Wave is around.
Nicely timed. I'm sure he timed that intentionally.
Yup.
And they really need to send like Pudge top or something, because I don't think they can lose this tower, but instead he TP's bottom and hooks an ally.
Yep. Just as Uranium Heart goes down here as well.
Missing
tower is
It's going disastrously for the Greg boys, but at least they have the Midas purchased.
Yeah, this is
3
looking
10 minutes.
not nearly as bad. It's now they get a nice stop on Waste Manager. K-Drops there. The Ice Path.
But again, these Dawnbreaker spells are just not latching onto anybody. And Praetor actually needs to be careful. He is burning himself a whole lot.
Yeah. If we do had level 6, we'll be 40 XP away.
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower. The Radiant Glyph is now active. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's like Bea should have their Midas soon.
Yes, it does
should
look like a Midas.
To their middle tower.
And so that is at least nice in that some of the pressure he's putting out will be alleviated, but Uranium Heart gets dueled. There's 4 down here.
Damage from the CML.
It's just looking disastrous. Uranium Heart might even have to buy a tome so that he can get level 6 and double Midas.
Radiant's courier makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Because there are currently 3 heroes on the Radiant side that do not have level 6. Oh, poor Greg.
Yeah, Greg gets found. He's sitting there channeling the level 3 Shadow Word for a lot of that fight, which did not quite do enough.
But Liberace did pivot away from the Vanguard, instead going for a Blink. They have heroes that can do things in this game.
Yes, that
They were
is
missing from the last game.
It's
but-
now Praetor going to try to do a thing, but will get silenced.
He's just asserting himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the Blink soon. I think once they have both of these Blinks, they can do some crazy stuff, and hopefully that will leave Uranium Heart some space to just jungle, right?
Yep.
You know, we saw it in game 1. Uranium Heart's lane, not the greatest, but the space that Jim and Praetor were making was enough for him to just sit in the jungle uncontested. Right, but whether that'll be possible this time is a bit harder to know.
For Dire's middle tower.
Gold remains.
It certainly seems like a boring life to live. Just seeing these creeps like this. Oh, and there's the ulti used. Again, ulti on the Praetor. These are like
just misses.
farming ultis. Uranium Heart is here to give someone that can actually die. He is only putting himself in danger, in my opinion.
Yeah. And picks up another DD as well. Meanwhile, bot side.
And we're at 8-0.
Was that was another
Radiant should look to their bottom tower.
Yeah, it's not feeling as out of hand as last game, but looking similarly in store. I mean, it's definitely much slower. No Limits had like an 11k gold bonus.
Radiant's
Yes.
tower is no more.
Let's see. But they're about to hit. They're hitting as we speak these power spikes of the blinks. So
Yeah, this is their chance. Slardar even has a smoke ready to go. Yeah, I'm just gonna smoke up with Pudge. But they
unfortunately,
are not
nobody
moving
on this
towards-
top side. Yeah.
Yeah. Kid Magic is down in the triangle. Okay, they scan, and that scan does hit a lot of damage.
Yeah. They have the
successfully
bash
dodged
primed.
this.
They have the bash prime from Jim, but they really are not finding anybody as Jug is on the opposite triangle.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And they'll just TB in. They don't pick up the bounty rune, but Praetor's going to try and swing in from the backside. As we might have our first big team fight.
Yeah, here we
Coming to
go.
45, and still the hammer is too short. See, I'm at half health. Praetor's in!
It's in on everything.
Get in there, Fleshy!
Okay, the
You gotta
dog
press it.
breaker.
Press Fleshy! Did
Dismember
you at least
somebody.
get the kill on Bea?
Okay, no, this is
You didn't take any damage.
This is Gabe Newell.
Beautiful
Feeling
from Greg
sorry,
Boys.
Dota 2.
Yeah.
More than
4
triple
for
kills,
1.
but less than 4 kills.
triple kill on Iranian, who was just tearing into them with the spark raids.
Love to see that. That is so much gold. Yeah, you're seeing 850 gold go into the pockets of Uranium Art here.
There's
And-
a hidden power of drafting this Dawnbreaker.
Oh!
They fight
In
this
on
number.
a
Kid
jump!
Magic steps a little too far. It's the spin, but it's not enough.
Beautiful. Praetor might be a little bit too far in though for safety.
Yeah.
Oh, but nice rock.
Huge golem will still find Praetor.
The huge golem does not do anything but feed its bounty, but it looked cool.
Yeah, I mean
It might cut the
They
wave,
made down half.
but Bey is in so deep here. Uranium Heart's got
the stun on the back.
Yeah, it's nice, but not enough. Uranium Heart's got to use his Midas. He does.
middle
Good.
tower is under attack.
Trying to get Popo out of there.
And Bey is actually going Midas BKB. So,
Interesting. I'm really surprised there's no night instead of coming in there.
yeah.
Like, the fact that you can engage late is just so much value. It's now, as the tower dies, they
Oh,
another
nice ice
save.
path. These ice paths have been great all series.
Yeah, and it's not been the same player. Both Jakiro players have been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Praetor maybe gonna get run into. Sweets Manager and Bea go up for the root.
And he has Flesh Heap on cooldown.
Yep, freedom's the rule.
Oh, and the ulti,
Not gonna be enough.
I think, came off cooldown a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Yes, now they start to trickle his death a bit.
Is the freezing field probably not necessary to kill the Dawn, but does
Better
make
safe
sure
than
that-
sorry.
Yeah. Alright.
Ultimately, it's not that long of a cooldown. You know,
Yeah.
100 seconds. In
It was
30 seconds.
almost have as many kills as they did last game. So definitely
It's true. And more of them are not on Praetor.
yeah. Which is at least one.
So now Bea's gonna have his ulti again with a DD rune.
Oh my goodness.
These runes have been pretty nasty.
Yep.
But a smoke does pop. They blink in. And a nice stun will interrupt the ice path. As that will be both supports falling on the side of No Limit.
Dominating performance.
Taking a fair bit of damage from the fire, but very happy. And looks like Liberace's going for phase boots, actually. Not treads.
Interesting.
There's a lot of physical damage on the dire side. So it's fair.
Yeah.
But the bashes are just so hard to get out without the attack speed of treads.
Jakira does not make it any easier either. The attack speed slow.
Very true. Very, very true. But at this point, it does seem kind of like he is just applying Slithering Crush and like a single back.
Yeah. Which isn't nothing.
Absolutely not. You know, he's gotten some really nice stuns off, and we saw in game 1 how much he could do with just one stun, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Community Rune does end up getting used.
Gold remains.
I'm guessing just on the timer, or maybe just to pick up more runes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of swapping sides of the map. Tempest Double is going to head down bot to push this out a little bit. This isn't a trade Greg Boys really want to make if No Limits decide to push for this bottom tier 2. Looks like they're maybe thinking about it.
No points in Liquid Fire. Jakiro is 4-4-0, so
That is crazy.
there's not really much tower pressure here.
That somehow feels like one of the more baffling builds of this series. Which is saying so much.
Yes. Okay, this is going to be a full fight now. But it's a really scary one, as Bea has ulti, BKB, and a haste rune.
Yeah.
So, looks like it'll be necessary. Oh, and Bea dropping a deep ward here. That's going to be real spooky, especially for Predator, who's in! But again, he didn't press fleshy! Oh my god. That's disastrous. Oh my god.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Oh no, and this is actually looking really scary in general, as they're gonna get high grounded here?
Yeah.
I don't think they can finish the tower, but very spooky when you have these heroes that come online and you give them the best item in the game in BKB. Sometimes it just kind of snowballs out of hand. Oh my god, and they are going to lose the tier 3.
Yeah, wow. Okay, they do still have Chaotic Offering.
Yeah, they have the rock.
You can take a fight. It looks like with the threat of the Fatal Bonds, they will back away with the smoke.
Okay, I'm a lot more concerned about this game now than I was a minute ago.
Yeah.
You know, that was very, very concerning in terms of how quickly they just evaporated.
Yeah, that fight went the way that you expect a later game fight to go. And it just turned into so much for No Limits.
Oh!
Oh, that pump was so close! That would have been such a big pickup for them.
That's crazy. I can't believe they didn't hit. That's so unlucky.
Yeah. Set up very nicely by the bash.
Woes. Predator going in for the Ags next. Uranium going for the Shard. Can't say I see this that often.
No.
But
I definitely don't hate it. Especially having seen how that fight went. Like, having that 40% magic resist, I feel like is gonna feel really nice.
yeah, Dom's like the Holy Locket.
Okay. I'm probably going to beat into an Ags later.
And Warlock's going for Shard, so they are trying to get, you know, fairly hefty amounts of heal out, but
yeah,
a little bit hard to do that when, as we saw in the last fight, they have big burst damage from the Dire. Oh, Predator might be in danger. Okay, no, this is perfect. Do not complete that TP, please. Oh wait, that's Jug's TP actually, never mind.
They can't find it.
He's BKB'd. Greg is about to fall. He gets the rock off before he does, though, so they might get the kill on Vlad. You say they should, but the duel is out! And Liberox just falls! How much longer on Bea's ulti? Only 10 seconds. But Uranium Heart just falls. And Waste Manager now, 78 duel damage. He is a bit of a menace. Bea walled by the golem. Oh, and Predator misses a really close hook.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything they can do there.
looked like the models connected.
Yes, that's the weird perspective coming into play.
Where the hook went behind the depths.
Oh, and there's a DD on Jug here. Popo might just fall. And he does in fact commit Omni Slash. And it felt good for a bit there for Greg, but
yeah,
it's just falling apart.
And now in a couple fights have just found absolutely nothing.
You know, it's hard. It's hard to even diagnose what feels wrong in this situation, but it just seems like they have all the tools on Dire side.
Magic, your Roach. We can scan this out. Probably not feeling like they can really contest it. They're gonna join up as well.
Okay, are they're gonna go for the snatch, I think. Okay, no, they have no clue. Never mind. They had 4 people in the area, so.
They definitely knew because they scanned, but honestly decided to scan.
They have no idea how possible that was for them.
They give the Aegis to Bea.
Can you duel the Arc Warden double? I assume not, right?
I mean, you can.
Is it like an illusion where you duel it, but it doesn't give any dual damage?
I think it must be, because I think it is an illusion officially. I don't think it is a like hero creep or whatever. I don't think it's a weird one. I think it is just like a strong illusion, like a Chaos Knight illusion. I'm definitely not positive on that. So Greg Boy is most likely just going to watch this last tier 2 tower go down.
The double's a hero and therefore treated exactly like a hero. Oh, okay, nice hook, but they need to silence everybody. And they're getting a fair bit of damage out. This is actually a Wombo combo, but the band falls and you see Aegis. Do they have the hook on the Kid Magic to pull him back in? Might be a kill, but no, it looks like instead they will just fall.
They're unstoppable.
Nasty. And Arc Warden is brought back, but I don't know what he really contributes here.
Impossible kill.
Outside of giving these towers some more attack speed. Spark rates deal damage, but is it enough to save this Rax here? He's gonna have to do quite a bit here to save it, and I think I don't even know if that hit the Rax properly, but there's gonna be at least 1 Rax going down, possibly a second. And if they're not careful, they could lose more heroes even.
Yeah. It looks like with the Fortify, no, they're still gonna stick around.
Okay. And ultimately, it feels like it's hard for them to lose a fight, you know, like, so I don't think they have too much reason to fully lead.
Yeah. If anything, it's just to refresh resources, but Slaymate has Arcane Boots Mechanism, almost full Greaves on your Drakiro. BKB's back up for Bea. Let's blink away that Breeder.
Very nice blink, but
maybe not nice enough as Bea blinks in forward.
do they have any Force Staffs to save him? I don't think so. Kid Magic is actually pretty low, but oh no, Liberace is just too far in. And he just has no gold. God, he's right down there with the supports.
Yeah, that is. I hadn't looked at the net worth chart in a while. It's not what you want to see.
Very rough. still level 11. Doesn't even have the level 2 corrosive haze yet. And No Limits have just done such a good job of picking apart every fight. And so, even in the fights that they've won, Jim has been dying. So he's not getting any of that experience. Very electric jug. Starting to feel a bit tough. They go for the Ags next on Uranium Heart. This is one of the better tools at turtling up in your base.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it is a lot of slow damage, and they do have Healing Word and Legion heals. So, oh my god, and Legion has a Daedalus. Jesus.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Crazy item. But okay, so maybe we can see a miracle happen with Arc Warden here. Maybe they punch hook someone into base. You know, I think it is conceptual, right? Like, it could happen. And the Ags finished from Bea here.
Yeah, we've definitely, if nothing else, seen glimmers of teamfight from Greg Boys. It's like you've been saying, they have heroes that do things.
Yes.
In this game, where it felt like they did not last game.
They have pressed buttons. They pressed some really nice buttons this game, but
yeah,
it's just tough.
Magic going to focus down.
Pudge Ags is finished. They've got to be careful. Oh, and he is in. Comes everywhere to the Ags.
Silence us.
That was unreal.
Oh my god, and Critter gets chopped to death. Oh man. And I guess that's how it ends. They only have 2 buybacks. I don't think it's enough to actually stop this. And so much damage on this Legion that I think they'll make it through.
I mean, your 2 supports have buyback. They will use it. This is season on the line.
This lane is starting to feel.
Use it to hope that you can bait them away from your fountain, but
with that, will indeed do it. No Limits, take game 3 in
post-ad.
Similar decisive fashion.
Yeah.
And move on, which means we say goodbye to Greg Boys.
Everyone's favorite team, Greg Boys.
Yep.
I'm sorry that they couldn't go further, but I think this was a great series to end on.
Oh, for sure. They've been
a
super
Greg
fun to watch.
Series.
A Greg series to
Yeah.
watch. And yeah, looking ahead, No Limits goes on to face the loser of Mudboy's Pups Pals, which I believe is being played tomorrow night.
Yes. Some very strong teams on both sides there.
Yes. That is the 2 and 3 seed of the tournament. I'm not sure which is which. You would know.
You know, I think the at their best, the way we saw them today, No Limits, I think, could take either of those teams on.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough to make sure that they stay at their best, because we did see some rough patches from this series in terms of their ability to really bring the heat. So I'm excited to see it happen.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, if they could, like, these last 2 games made it look like Greg Boys was awful and No Limits was amazing. Like, Greg Boys are a very good team. Like,
Absolutely.
for No Limits to win these 2 games this decisively, it was very impressive, especially bouncing back from a goofy but, like, difficult game 1. And, like, we talked about the mental game of coming back from the decisive game 2. Coming back from, like, getting beaten by kind of a meme strat of the Alchemist Ags, like, that is also tough. Like, you have to accept that, like, yeah, whatever we were doing, it wasn't good enough to win against what should be a bad strategy.
Yeah, and they reevaluated, they shifted some player roles, and were able to take it in the next game.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go to sleep now.
Yeah, it is quite late.
Sleepy bite. Okay, thank you for casting with me.
Absolutely.
Had a wonderful time.
Thank you as well.
Thank you
Always
to the
a pleasure.
teams, of course, for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching my stream. And I will keep doing these. Even though they take fucking 4 hours every time, I will keep doing them. So, good night to everybody.